It's live, pal.
Bust down, Pantheonists. Happy Thursday. Who we got in the chat already? What's up, Professor Film Fan Lawrence? Good to see you both.
Yeah.
How we doing, Chill?
I'm doing okay. Gonna wrestle my way through it today. Gonna wrestle.
I hear it. Sometimes you gotta grin and bear it.
WWE time. Okay. A week ago, talking to you guys about people who do reaction content and whether or not it's transformative or not, and this and that. We showed Gilly Mania, who was a content creator who got his thing banned. Well, here's Gilly Mania today. He was featured on Raw.
After I got banned, I just got banned, and they put me on TV. They put my reaction on TV after I got banned. Are we for real?
I respect that opinion. He can go even more hammer than that.
He really could go harder than that. He should maybe even go harder than that. Honest, it seems a whole lot like Damage Control, because just like the PLE blackouts for bars in the area of hosting cities, it's just not a very popular thing, and it's so money hungry, like to the degree that almost you're going overboard with it. Right now, you're almost dampening out fan excitement. Well, not almost. You're putting cold water on fan excitement for the sake of ownership, right? And I guess if it was losing you money, that's one thing, but just for the sake of wielding the biggest stick, it is really cutting off your nose to spite your face. So
what about this other theory that I have? Maybe that they did this because that's the TKO side, that's the internet side, that's the content creation censorship side. But the WWE creative team, like the people like Cody Rhodes who wrote that promo saying a lot of people are watching and doing reactions, like there's different arms to the WWE. It's massive. And it was and that's what it was. It's just a miscommunication between the two sides. Like one side is going, oh, well, we're supposed to do this on the internet side because we're the internet people. And then there's the WWE people who are doing the creative stuff, who love it.
So I would say if you get to that nuance of it, the separation of WWE for TKO, you're probably very deep into WWE or wrestling in general. If you know enough to know that we should be blaming TKO for certain things and WWE for others, if you can split the responsibility between creative and overall, day-to-day business activities, you're really in the inside baseball of it all at that point. Like, you're not a general fan. And so I think for a common person just scrolling the internet saying, oh shit, WWE's banning content creators, would not necessarily separate that from WWE, the brand overall. Most people probably did not. If you did, it's probably because you're privy to some not inside information, but you're more knowledgeable about the industry. You're more knowledgeable about the organization. I don't think most people separate TKO from WWE the way that you and I might.
Aventica says, hey, what's happening here? Oh, we're just talking about big businesses, corporations like the WWE, as well as Sony
This is
Pictures
some of the
Entertainment.
best action that we've had.
Let me pause that. Sony Pictures Entertainment is going to flag us if we watch this whole thing, even though we're going to talk about it, provide commentary, and transformative. But if we play more than a consecutive 8 seconds, they're going to go, whoa, wait a minute here. We deserve to monetize this whole entire video. And that's terrible.
It's crazy.
It's terrible. I want to be able to provide commentary on this, fair reaction, a little bit of, oh, look what they're doing in the movie. I heard what Tom Holland just said. Like, I want to be able to add, but they won't let me. So we won't. What we'll do is we'll skip ahead. Oh, this is the day he must have got injured. We'll skip ahead. We'll skip ahead. Oh, yeah, all the fans were there. That's cool. A lot more women than men, huh?
For sure. Tom Holland.
There's some dudes. Yeah, but he's Spider-Man, so you would figure some men would show up, like superhero fans. Maybe I'm being stereotypical, but I think it's a male-dominated field with fandom and stuff. But yeah, they were off work, off school. Checked them out.
Photographers take pictures of pretty things. They found the most girlified section of the crowd and snapped away.
That's a good explanation. Yes. And he waved. And he probably went to a children's hospital because he likes doing that stuff. As he should. That's all. That's cool. The children's hospital thing. I love when celebrities do that. And it's got to do something for them also, right? Like bringing joy to people, the gift of giving, all that stuff. That's true. It actually does make you feel better.
Sure. Got to be one of the bright spots of the job.
Hey, we didn't talk about the New Day and their contract negotiations. And I love that their exit from WWE is one of a position of power. And they have options because they're actually good at wrestling and they're over. So they can go to All Elite Wrestling. They can do a dream match versus the Bucks or dream matches. So I'm really happy with what they've got going on. And then there's a little piece that's inside of me. Never mind. I'll get to that later. What do you think about the New Day and their exit?
So, I mean, what we're realizing now, and it took us a while to kind of get here, but maybe you can even throw AJ Styles into this. With the departures of Brock Lesnar and his retirement, and now the departure of New Day, and also it's seeming like now Asuka's gone, semi-retired is the word I'm hearing on her. I think that they are asking a lot of people to take pay cuts. I don't think that that the New Day have been the only ones that have been asked to take a shave. There's reportedly a guy on the roster now that's like a heavily used guy that actually took the pay cut around the same time that the New Day said no. For the standpoint that, hey, I can go get max dollar, but then I'm going to be on TBS 2 days a week and we'll have half the exposure, as opposed to take half the money now, but still be able to push my brand at the same level that's being pushed at right now. So it's kind of a weird catch-22 that they're in. I think most of these retirement / releases are due to money. I think TKO has realized that they were going for champagne and caviar when they should have been going for Cheese Whiz and PBR. And once you push those people away, it's very hard to get them back. And so now we're like, all right, well, let's turn over the couch cushions and see where all the extra money is gone. And so we're like, well, you guys aren't doing house shows anymore, which I don't know what they're the ones that stop the house shows. It's not like they are not doing house shows by choice, but in saying that, it's like you're doing less work for the money that we said we were going to pay you before, but now you're not doing the same amount of set work, so give us half of it back. I completely understand why the New Day is like, well, fuck off, and I guess we'll see you when this relationship between you and WWE is no longer, if that ever comes to pass. But I couldn't see myself being a act like New Day, like you said, that's already over. They can go to anybody's production and command a crowd, taking half of what was promised to them over the next half a decade, right? We've been totaling a 6-figure salary. I don't understand even where you could feel comfortable asking for that if you're TKO, because it shows a little bit of weakness, like more than a little bit. It's showing financial instability. You're going to some of the biggest acts on your roster and you're asking them to take half the money. That doesn't scream, hey, we're doing well.
Yeah, clearly there's a budget. And then Austin Creed was offered, hey, come back because we can make you do WWE 2K, right? Because you're the video game guy. He said, nope, he's not going to be that. He can be the video game guy when he retires because he's the video game guy, but he'll be fine. And what I'm looking at is Street Profits exist. Powerhouse Hobbs, Carmelo Hayes is barely getting screen time. Trick Williams. I know there's a tolerance. I don't care how much.
I think Hayes is on color. He literally hasn't been on the show, so I think he's taking a breather.
I hope so. I hope that's all it is. But I know Triple H and I'm worried about just any executive really. Is our product too black? So to see New Day step away, to step off, to go away, and like they were done ascending, and they achieved what they were going to achieve. I'm kind of happy with it. So for that reason, for white tolerance, I'm okay. I'm okay.
What up, Darius?
What is going on?
Nah, shit.
Doing
Same
splendid.
old.
In the comic book world, there is something worth pointing out. Now, awards, whatever, who really cares, right? I know they're not really that important, of course. That said, the best writer nominations for the Will Eisners 2026 are Dennis Camp, Scott Snyder, Kelly Thompson, Marika Tamaki, James Tinian IV, and
Go Blue.
Stephanie Williams is in there too. So her book Temporal was getting a lot of love in this award. So very good to see her succeed. And then the Storm ongoing series was nominated for best of 2025, I guess the year was, ongoing book. And so that's worth noting and congratulating for what it's worth.
I got to vote for Buddy in the top left corner. Shout out to him. Go Blue.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, that's awesome.
That's like the only picture of Kelly Thompson, by the way. She never does face things or conventions and stuff.
You said they stole that from her Facebook.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Like that's the picture of Kelly Thompson. Smart though. Protect your mental.
What's up, gentlemen? What's going to be our first together topic? Got through the wrestling section of things.
We can jump to DC. Here's some TV shows from DC. My Adventures with Green Lantern. We've got this one, which I don't know what it's called. DC Studios Starfire. That's an interesting one there. And we got Bane also appearing. Whoops. Sharing the wrong screen. I'll fix that in a second. But Starfire is the most interesting thing to me. Mind you, that was not something that James Gunn introduced early in January 2023. Here's chapter 1. No plans for Starfire. So for the 100th time, we can scrap that. And there's really, we're in a new world right now, a new era, new everything. Forget what he promised in the beginning. But
Yeah,
Starfire.
no, that shit's done. Starfire looks cool. I mean, the Bane series, I'm intrigued. This is all animated stuff, right? This is not the Bane and Deathstroke movie that they were talking about.
Nah, it's not. And this is going to be in a film festival happening in June. We're going to have a first look at these. So they're in, like they've developed, they have footage. And Batman Caped Crusader Season 2, Creature Commando Season 2, DC Superpowers, Mr. Miracle. That's what this one was, Mr. Miracle. And My Adventures with Green Lantern. And which Green Lantern is it? Remains to be seen, like fossils in a museum.
Yeah, I think the Lanterns news that we're going to talk about later makes that interesting in terms of them not showing who it's going to be.
It could be a prequel with Hal.
I'm so irritated. Like I'm so fucking irritated by that. But we're talking about the animated stuff right now, so we'll stay focused. I don't really care what they do in that realm. Like that is the playground where James should be getting off all his niche shit. You want to do Authority? You want to do Creature Commandos? You want to do Booster Gold? Make that shit animated, and then it'll make it, for at least for me, it makes it a little bit more palatable when you get into your pet projects. Like when you show your fan card in some of these productions, it makes it a little bit more digestible for me in the animated space because you can take more risk, and it doesn't leave a lasting impact on your cinematic universe, right? I don't like him taking wild swings with characters nobody knows about for the sake of being right, it seems like, right? Like it doesn't seem like there's a reason or a rhyme to it. I'm just going to do it because that's what I want to do, and I can prove that I can be successful with it. Everybody else get out of the way and just watch. And I this is where he should be kind of taking the reins off and allowing his creativity to flow, if it has to be that at all. Much more than the Booster Golds and the Jimmy Olsens.
How are you able to talk and then type this at the same time? That's crazy. You're multitasking.
I'm a beast. You know what I mean? You ain't even see my fingers going.
Canada doesn't take days off for Iceman.
Yeah, man. Ain't it a national holiday tomorrow? May 15th, Ice Agent Day. National Send Them Back to Canada Day. Anywho, it's okay.
And season 7 of Degrassi was the last time I liked Aubrey Graham.
What you got on the animated stuff, Darius?
I don't. I wish they wouldn't have changed their animation style. Young Justice, I would have loved to seen on this season 5 of Young Justice. I would have loved to have seen featured here. Unfortunately, it's not. None of these, I mean, I can't say that I'm not interested yet at all, really, because I love animation. So it really depends on the animation style for me. If the style looks like Mr. Miracle here, I won't be watching it. I don't like the I don't like that for Mr. Miracle. I'm not a fan of that. I think their movies, all their animated movies they did, like the Flashpoint and some of those others, that animation style for DC was the best. DC was killing it on the animated side. Nobody could fuck with DC on the animated side.
They should have left that shit alone.
They should have left it alone. I do not know why they have changed it, but these titles here, I can't say I'm not interested in them because, again, animation, this doesn't... I know that he did say that animation, movies, games, which are things I love that he's doing, that all connects to the wider DC universe. So this could connect to the wider DC universe, but this is animated. So therefore I can have a little bit more fun with this rather than when you announce a Deathstroke Bane live action film. I can have fun with Bane and whatever he's doing with Batman because Batman's in it. Batman here. But yeah, the animation stuff, I don't really, it is what it is. I can't say I'm going to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, it's one of those I'll wait. You guys can let me know if it's good or not. Like Punisher. Guys, let me know. Is it good or not? Is it connected to the rest of the MCU or not?
Please, let's hold off on Punisher. Let's finish all this DC talk and then we can move over to Marvel. So we got multiple DC topics, right?
Usually we do, yeah.
Let's get through it.
Oh, yo, Static Shock is on Tubi in the United States. You guys watching that?
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I've seen every episode of Static Shock already, so it's not.
I can't say I have. I can't say I've seen every single, but I've
probably you haven't seen all of it?
Probably seen a majority of them, but not every single.
Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe that's why I'm not like rushing to it, but I definitely will at some point.
This can be so much that you forgot, though, that it's worth revisiting.
Oh, for sure. No, I'm due for a rewatch. Definitely due for a rewatch.
The next thing here on DC's that you sent is Chris Mundi on Lanterns.
Wait, are we coming back to Bane and Deathstroke, or are we?
I'll go back to it.
Okay, I didn't know we were discussing how stupid this is.
So wait.
Yeah, I don't really care. It is what it is. Yeah,
this one. It's not two movies. It's not Deathstroke and Bane, or it's like Deathstroke and Bane.
No, the two of them are going to be in a movie together, where they will either fight a bigger threat, either fight each other at the beginning, come together for a bigger threat, or just fight each other throughout the whole movie. Who knows?
A script hasn't come in yet. All right, so okay. If it had, well, I don't know how they could make it mean anything to the DCU or the whatever they're calling it, because there's no Batman. It's just there's no Batman. But we are about to watch a Clayface movie, right? What if Clayface is good, then we can start building up this whole DC villain universe, right? And then you introduce Batman. There's definitely some reverse engineering. It wouldn't be my way forward, but it's a lane, I guess.
There's definitely a lane. Yeah, I mean, you know my position on it. It's just no Batman. Yeah, no Batman.
So that's the rule just in general. Like we not leaving the lane open for another Joker, for another Penguin. As long as Batman not showing up, it's a no-go. No mas.
He's in that picture. He's getting his back broken.
Shout out to Dark Knight.
And I can't, when I say how stupid this is, I'm not saying that when this comes out, it can't be fire, that this couldn't be great. I'm just saying, for me, and everybody knows my position, regardless of I know some people wanted to cling so hard to the Wonder Woman rumors and the Maxima rumors, and that was their way of saying that Wonder Woman was heavily talked about in the DCU. Okay. It is true that the Supergirl writer is writing a current script for Wonder Woman.
Is it?
That's the last reports were, at least.
Okay.
You know, but when it comes to like, you know, these projects where we're doing, you've got Clayface now before we've talked about Batman, and you've also got now this before we've talked about Batman. And you could say, well, Darius, let him get Matt Reeves' stuff out, let him cook, let him do that, da, 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 da. Okay, cool. But we are still talking about a lot of people. Once again, before we are talking about, drum roll, because you know what I'm going to say, members of the league.
Yeah. You know, James could actually be building himself into the next regime, whatever that looks like, because the whole Paramount Warner Brothers thing has gotten very quiet for some reason or another. But whether that's under the Ellison family or, you know, back to newly minted 100 millionaire David Zaslav, he could be cementing himself into the immediate future by adding lead characters, right? Like if there feels like there's momentum going towards something big, not only the studio that you're under now, but the prospective people who are acquiring it are going to want to see that through if it feels like it has momentum. Instead, we're stuck in wait and see mode with characters that don't even if they hit, it's not like they carry the gravitas that's going to like bolster your studio. If Clayface goes out here and makes $400 million, that's a screaming success for Clayface.
Well, considering the budget, yeah.
Yeah, it's a screaming success. It will do nothing for the DCU. Nothing. It will do nothing for Superman. It will do nothing for Supergirl. It will do nothing. Do nothing. Nothing. It will be a good movie in stasis. And so even if he succeeds at some of these projects, it doesn't help push him forward. It doesn't propel the narrative. There's nothing to build upon on a Clayface that doesn't include Batman in the movie. So instead of doing that, let's get some of those lead characters in, because now when they look at it, they're like, all right, we're going to keep James or we're going to start over fresh with somebody else. Well, he does have the Justice League up next year. He is making a Green Lanterns movie. He is making another Flash movie. He is making another Batman movie. Those type of things save your job. Ask Matt Reeves. All right, like those type of things and those type of forward agreements keep your job. But when they look at the slate and they're like, oh shit, we got that Jimmy Olsen coming up next fall. Huh? We still working on that Sergeant Rock, huh? Want some of that? Yeah, we got it. Got it coming, boy. Bane and Deathstroke solo film. Like that's not, they're gonna be like, okay, well, yeah, we can do without all of that shit. Let's start over.
But don't sleep on Peacemaker, which did expand multiverse, added another layer to Lex Luthor, and then the importance of Rick Flag, who's going to be a character who touches on different characters and stuff. He's like part of it's not the authority, but he's part of the like government forces. Even in these lesser shows, you can get world building.
I mean,
I do agree with that.
Clayface can have Commissioner Gordon.
That's just not good enough for me, though. Again, I get what you're saying. That's fantastic, and you're so right. It can, and that adds another element to Clayface. That again, just I just hate this whole. And I say this every time we talk about DC. I am just, and it's not just DC, Marvel too. I'm past this peaking like, oh, Gordon's here, so you guys know what that means. It means Batman's, but I know that. Like, of course he's here. Yeah, I know. I was looking at that comment.
How about am I missing something? I know we're gonna have Green Lantern in there, right? We're gonna have Superman. Who's the half of the league that I'm forgetting? Like, help me out. Fill in the gaps.
I have no clue.
Who else is supposed to be in there? Confirmed. I'm sorry. Confirmed, not rumored. Confirmed.
Just a reminder, Battery, DC owns the rights to every one of their characters. It's not like the Hulk is tied up in Spider-Man. They could have done it.
Do whatever they want at any time. If I'm out the loop on Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Martian Manhunter, if any of those characters, Batman, Flash, if any of those characters have been cast for Man of Tomorrow, and I'm out the loop, please help me. Right? That's what the show is for.
But see, there's a few of our viewers that are again under the sprinkle it out. They're saying he's going to do the sprinkle it out formula. Let him cook and let him get all these guys in, and this guy's going to come in. Then you'll get your league member here, then there. Then I guess in 12 years we'll get our Justice League team up.
So Green Lantern we knew about. Superman, cop out, that's his movie. Why would you even name Superman? Mr. Terrific is part of Justice League Unlimited.
He's not that top 10 hero. Not yet. We hope to get him there.
If the league needs extended members to carry out a big job, yes, they're calling Mr. Terrific. He's not a regular member of the league. Hawk Girl, that's not Shira. That's not the Hawk Girl that was in the league.
Ooh, I'm going to correct you. Mr. Terrific has been featured much on Justice League Unlimited. Big salute to Marquise Draper, who is editing a book where Jamal Campbell is doing Zatanna, writing and editing. Morgan Hampton is doing Green Lantern Corps. Who else did he put on? He's putting Stephanie Williams on 2 issues of Wonder Woman again for another. Like Marquise Draper is making moves at DC. Greatest editor alive.
Yeah, shout out to Marquise Draper. I said that to start my statement. I said that he was Justice League Unlimited. I didn't forget about the animated stuff, but he's not a regular member of the league. So again, maybe instead of wasting time on Jimmy, we can use that somewhere else. No, right. It's not the right Hawk Girl. Like, what are we talking about?
Different person. Hey, Robin, Dick Grayson, Robin, and then there's Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne.
Battery, you gotta be. You're trolling. That's a troll. I'm not even accepting that. That's a troll.
I do this. You guys know I stream in the evenings, and my DC back and forth with the chat typically takes my stream about an hour and a half, maybe an hour, because we are just going back and forth with, and again, I'm just like, guys, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, my big thing is not I want it rushed and I want it. I want just spectacle. That's not what I want, because as I've said many times, and the good example is the Game of Thrones. Some of the most interesting parts of the Game of Thrones don't involve spectacle, don't involve the dragons, don't involve any of that stuff. It's the dialogue, it's the details, it's the things like that. So I'm not looking for a spectacle. I'm not looking for this big. I want that, but that's not what it's not what I'm just overall looking for. I'm just again sick of the formula. We're not talking about the Punisher show right now, but he didn't get the suit till 3 seconds till the special ended. I'm sick of that. I'm over that. I'm over again I know what Chill is saying, and I agree with what he said when he said Commissioner Gordon could be there, but I'm also over that, because that alludes that, hey guys, nudge nudge, Batman might show up in Gotham.
But what Commissioner Gordon? They gonna use Jeffrey Wright, or they gonna use somebody brand new?
It'll be Barbara Gordon. No, it won't be. To say it's silly and it's splitting hairs here. Are you a T'Challa acceptor? Battery? Because this is T'Challa.
Are you a T'Challa acceptor?
this character here is T'Challa, or you may sound like it's silly and we're splitting hairs here, but Battery, do you accept Toussaint as your T'Challa? Like, splitting hairs.
Chill coming up with the automatic insults to describe people.
No, it's a question.
Are you a child acceptor?
He may be. It's splitting hairs.
I don't know.
Girl is a mantle.
I don't even know if I agree with this one. Clayface could predate Batman. He has Damian. He's older. He's gone through Nightwing. He's gone through Jason Todd. He's gone through Why am I blanking?
Oh man,
Several Robins already. So there's
don't
no.
make me laugh.
He's
Yeah, no,
already
he is.
over.
He's the whole pappy. He grown as shit. So I don't think we need to go predated Batman. You know, we got a fully actualized Bruce.
Hawk a girl is not T'Challa. Relax. I'll
Yeah,
relax,
do you
but
want
I'm
to see
using the
the
same
characters
logic.
or not? Do you want to see the characters or not? What are we talking about? So then we might as well just go with Batman. We might as well just go to Terry, right? Why even waste our time with Bruce?
Oh,
Batman is
yeah.
Batman, right?
Hmm.
It's true. Skip to McGinnis.
Maybe Bruce was a teen dad. Yeah, he had the resources.
Hey, being a billionaire playboy teen father is something else, man. That's crazy. Alfred in there raising 2 kids. Poor guy.
That's a sitcom right there.
Now, Matt Reeves' Batman, on the other hand, now that's the side of the DC universe that is cooking.
It's got
What
one movie
is?
left and it's gone.
Say it again. You talking about
Maybe.
Reeves?
Yeah, Reeves.
They
Reeves
talking
is,
about completing a trilogy now. If he get, I do not see a world where we continue to play in James Gunn's journal on one side of things, and Batman 2 comes out on the other side of things, and one of those tracks just ends, even though it's making money, and the other one just gets to continue to play. It's gonna come to a head. The contrast between, oh, well, he's just supposed to be the other world guy, and you supposed to be the guy. Only all the money is being made over there.
yeah, because his I can tell you right now, which we already knew, those some of the official cast that was confirmed. You know, they had already said those people were going to be playing who they were playing. That cast, we don't know the storyline right now, but that cast alone, and I don't know what year this is for him as Batman. And I like the first Batman, Matt Reeves. I think this is going to. I think this is going to be one of those rare movie moments where the second film is way better than the first.
Could be. You got your boy Bucky doing Harvey Dent. Penguin's going to make his appearance again. I thought I saw something about a week ago about the setting of Gotham being winter.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Oh, please tell me freeze. Please.
That's what some people were
freeze.
guessing.
Tell me freeze.
Yeah, because it's never just winter for no reason in these shows and movies.
Right.
But you know, Reeves said that's what he said. He did say he wanted to do freeze. Obviously, it's not going to be, you know, freeze gun.
But that's why I'm so intrigued about it, though, because seeing his take on the Riddler, I can only imagine what freeze. Like I could see some again serial killer that uses ice in some kind. He only hits people in wintertime. He only pops out in wintertime, and then he'd be gone for the other 9 months of the year. You know, that's what I'm envisioning. Or he always puts his victim in the freezer somewhere. We've been guarding all the freezers, and somehow he still gets them in. That's the type of shit I'm on.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go the realistic approach. So I don't know. Some people said Court of Owls as well. That was what Pattinson wanted. But I do know that as of right now, and we don't know we don't know anything about Gunn's Batman, but Reeves is doing a pretty good job with bats.
Excited to see where.
How about the Green Lantern stuff? Chris Mundi on Lanterns. This guy is a producer. He did Ozark. He's an accomplished man in Hollywood. We wanted to tell an on the ground story, and that has a couple of different mysteries inside of it. What we have going for us is that it's a Green Lantern story. They can conjure anything from the ring. They do go off the planet. Ooh. There's all these other powers that they have. We want to use everything that's great about the mythology of the Green Lanterns, but at the same time, we wanted it to feel like an upscale mystery, a very emotionally tangible story about these people that are in it. And he left out the part where the budget was decreased.
God damn it.
What's he supposed to say? I tried my best, but I know this one isn't my best work. He's gonna tell you what we tried to do. Yeah.
No, I mean, okay, so this doesn't bother me as much as the updates about the time period does. So, like, sure, you're telling a grounded story, and there'll be a little bit of intergalacticness involved, and you'll see the ring powers, but mostly it's going to be a down to earth show. That doesn't scare me as much as what they're doing with the timeline. So apparently there's going to be a lot of flashbacks, like they'll have 2 consecutive running timelines at the same time. God, we are really overcomplicating this. And also they're making it so that Guy comes on after Hal trains John. Now, is that, again, I'm not the biggest DC buff, but I thought we went Guy, Hal, John, not Hal, John, Guy.
Sure.
Am I throwing that off? Am I wrong here? Thought it was
I'm not the
Guy,
big-
Hal, John.
I don't know. You got the internet, but I thought Hal Jordan predated all of them.
Okay.
Alan Scott would be the first one, but then
Alan.
Hal.
Okay, yeah, right. So then, what? Why? What? You're gonna make Nathan Fillion the youngest Lantern?
I think Guy dies.
Right? That's what should have happened. That's what we should have got. That should be the mystery that we're investigating in this show. It would have made it actually worthwhile watching. I wouldn't have gave a shit that it's Earthbound, because if Guy gets killed on Earth, we should be investigating it on Earth. But for now, they're telling me that this shit is going to predate Guy even being a Lantern by 10 years. So what are we doing?
I gotta wait to see the show before I can be as angry as you are.
What are you doing? Well, I'm reacting to the rumor. So this is all based off of whether or not the rumor is true. If it's not, then screw all of that, and we'll just go back to my original theory. But if this is the case, and we are going to be doing a whole Lost thing in Lanterns, do we have time for that? Does it serve the purpose of expanding the universe? Does it serve the purpose of moving these characters forward and getting us excited to see them on the silver screen? If it doesn't do any of those 3 things, what's the point? What is the point?
We'll see with Lanterns. The pictures they shared of them were pretty well. Of John, that one of John was pretty cool, him holding the lantern.
One part that sticks out here.
I was gonna say, sorry, still no costume, but of course they're not gonna share that yet, because I don't think that happens probably till probably like some Punisher shit.
Hey, I swear to God, Darius, how many episodes did this show?
I don't know. I've been asking. I think it's 8.
Let's say it's 8 episodes. If he don't get that suit until episode 8, I'm gonna find a physical copy of the Lantern so I can record myself chucking it off a freeway.
The part that sticks out here is they can conjure anything from the ring. Okay, there was an artist, I forget who, and he had challenged himself like, I'm never gonna draw the same energy construct twice. And so, if he needs to lift something up, he'll use a bulldozer, he'll use a shovel, then he'll use. So that creativity could be what we talk about week after week. Hey, did you see what Green Lantern created? Yeah, I can't believe he put a diaper on that guy, or I can't believe, like, I'm sorry. I could use a better example, that potty humor. But like, oh my god, did you see what he did? He smacked him. He turned his hand into a glove and slapped him in the face. And then he said, what did the 5 fingers say? Oh, that's from Chappelle Show. We can have fun with this.
Well, see, I'm into the whole True Detective angle of this. Like, I'm down. I'm there. As long as the crime is consequential. Like, don't do the thing or fall into the trap of trying to make this so episodic and week to week for casual viewers that you fall out of the comic bookness of it all. I should be watching this with anticipation to see what kind of Easter eggs are left for Man of Tomorrow. I should be watching this for Easter eggs that may apply to even the Supergirl. I should be watching this to think about how these characters project forward into the grander scheme. And if that's not if that's not being served in this down to earth, day-to-day investigative show, then we're not doing it right, in my opinion.
Yes. There's another image here of light-skinned Green Lantern. I'm gonna share. Very, very off-putting.
He looks like John outside of the coloring. I mean, once he puts that suit on, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, what the like you said, they probably only going to show him in the suit for like 2 seconds as it is, so they got to save it. but what? I'm glad he's carrying the lantern. That's cool, I guess.
That is cool.
Got some green.
That is cool.
Got some green.
He looks like he's walking slowly. He's saying the words "in brightest day and blackest night." He's about to just whoop someone. Yeah,
he looked like he just got out of a padded room, is what he looked like. But I will take the lantern.
Chill, you lighter than him. Yeah, and I would never audition for Jon Stewart, the Green Lantern. There are 2 timelines in season 1 of Lanterns. The drama unfolds between the 2016 setting involving the shooting in Rushville, and 10 years later to something else in 2026. That's to something else could also mean the shooting of Guy Gardner. And
I think that something else is because Lanterns is supposedly, and I'm gonna double check this after I say it, but supposedly the events of this leads into the wider event of the DCU.
Let's hope so. Make it a consequential watch. Like I hate hearing, oh, we didn't want people to have to go back and watch. Why are you working in this? Go find a romantic comedy. Go find a crime thriller, a murder mystery. Go find anything else other than this. This is the one place you can't be like, yeah, let's throw out all the other stuff and just forge forward on our own path. Like, that's just not going to work.
We didn't want to do the effort of tying something. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I think they admitted that in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That animated show was supposed to be canon. And they said, we don't want to bog down things. You don't want to have to do homework. But it gave us a lot of freedom to do more things when we made it not canon. Okay, Brad Winderbaum. Guess who didn't
get bogged down with boring things like canon.
I mean, I'm different, right? There's some people who are looking for that. But I think there's more of me's than there are of the guys who want.
I don't think they're comic book fans, though. I don't think the people who don't want to have to do homework flock to comic book content.
Is there anybody who's watching right now? Put a 1 in the chat. If you're one of the people who think, yeah, you're a fan of the comic stuff, you love all that stuff, but then you love the isolated stories also. There's probably someone watching right now who believes in the standalone nature.
It would be like being a pacifist, but going to the gun range all the time. It just doesn't go together. Is it possible? Sure. But yeah, of course. There's one. It's possible. It's even feasible, but it's not likely. And so if there's a limited amount of people out there who don't want to have to do homework, but also are wrapped up in a very lore-driven genre, why would we be acquiescing to the people? Why would we be to the very small crowd as opposed to the vast majority of people?
Avatar: Legend of Korra. I watched that show because of what it was related to. Enjoyed it. Seven Havens is coming next. The Avatar after Korra. Gonna enjoy that also. Rich lore. That's me.
I mean, so far we got Johnny and we got Jay the Informant.
Oh, he says he also is into the isolated stuff. Yeah. We like rich storytelling, consequences, callbacks. That's why I like wrestling. That's why I like Avatar. Anything that's like just connected. I love that stuff. I love being rewarded for all the hours I've put into the franchise.
What is the point of me cataloging all this information in my brain about all this media that I like, if not to have it play out on the screen, if not to have it be rewarded by it when I see it in media?
Which brings us to the greatest news, everybody. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Vin Diesel's contributed nothing more than the Fast and Furious franchise. And there is a television live action series that is going to take place in that world. Fast and Furious. How connected will it be to everyone? I have no doubts it will be connected, because even movies like the Tokyo Drift movie, they were featured in the 9th Fast and Furious. Everything is associated with each other in this franchise. Thank you, Vin. And I can't wait to see what this TV show. You know what? Everyone who's complaining, they went to space. With the TV show budget, it's going to be just driving. Fast and Furious. Woohoo!
Right, the family universe. The family universe.
Thank you.
So yes, I'm totally disinterested if it doesn't have the main cast. There's not a healthy enough side character roster for Fast
Toretto has a son. Toretto's son could go to school.
Don't give a shit. Don't care about none of that. That she was even about to say, I don't care about any of that.
Neither would anyone else.
If it's not Dom, if it's not Letty, if it's not Tyrese and Ludacris, first of all, they all have been in the last 3 movies, and I have seen none of the last 3.
You got a lot of entertainment to watch.
I haven't seen none of the last 3. So you telling me that you doing the Fast and Furious without those people on TV? Yeah, nah. Nah. Can't even go. Can't even do it.
The last one I saw, Ronda Rousey was in.
Fast 7.
Ronda Rousey. Wasn't Jason Momoa in the last one?
Yeah, he played Dante. Great villain.
That's gotta be Dominic's like brother or cousin or some shit like that. Dante.
Maybe that'd be a great reveal. They're actually related.
Yeah, Vin needs to let it go. I think, this, and again, I agree. If you are doing like, these are new members, new people, I don't know, maybe Vin Diesel shows up in a cameo or something. You know what? I bet you it's in his contract that he's in every episode. So,
it's going to be a Dom miniseries.
But those, I don't know if they're getting everybody else to come do a series for this.
First of all, Tyrese coming, because that's the only thing he got on the docket. He reminds us about that anytime a Fast and Furious movie is not being shot. I ain't got nothing other than Fast and Furious. I don't know. Ludacris will probably show up.
He thought he had Spider-Man for a minute. Remember, he was telling us how the Marvel universe was going to work.
Boy, you ain't got Spider-Man. You got Morbius. You got Morbius. But yeah, I think most of them would. If Vin Diesel's going to do it. But do we want to see this? Like, who asked you for this?
I asked. I want to see it.
There you go. Chillmonger. An army of one.
It's not for me.
Paul Walker died. His character gets to live. Recast T'Challa, right, guys? Recast what happened with Brian. Got you there.
I thought Brian was picked. I thought Brian was a stay-at-home dad in the universe now.
Yeah.
He pulls up to barbecues.
Okay. What movie was that? What are they on? 19?
we just finished the 10th movie where he was protecting Little B. No, he was protecting his kid. Okay, so he's in safe hands and all that stuff. So his child is fine. But with everything going chaotic right now, and with the cliffhanger, we know Brian's gonna come back to help save everyone. Because what happened to John Cena's character? I think John Cena's character, Jacob, I think he was filling in for Brian's role. We know now Brian is due because they're gonna have to press the red emergency button.
Hey, Vin Diesel, or not Vin Diesel, Dominic ain't shit. He be in that mug talking about family, family, family. Meanwhile, he got a whole baby mama out here that he got murdered and then brought this little Jon Snow baby home for Letty to raise. And then he got kidnapped. He's an awful family man. Terrible. Terrible.
It's not
Stepped
terrible when
out,
it's family.
had a baby out of wedlock, brought the baby back. Oh, no, you have to raise it. We're a family, family, family. Baby get kidnapped. You need to worry about your family, family, family.
Yeah, and what's her name? What's Charlize Theron's name? Nexus Cypress.
Clea?
She killed.
Oh yeah.
Clea?
Huh? Clea? Yeah, Clea. I don't like her at all. I don't think that the team should look eye to eye to her. I don't care. Ramsey's the name of Natalie.
Wasn't
what's her name?
wasn't Charlize Theron the villain in 7?
Yeah, she was a villain, and now she's not so villainous anymore.
She's still. I thought she died in 7.
Oh, she's gonna be the villain in number 11. She been the villain for 4 movies.
Nah, look, Jason Momoa's character is the villain of 10 and 11, and Hobbs and Shaw. We found out
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, at the very end.
Jason Statham in The Rock.
The Rock, yeah.
Rock was in the post-credit scene. We're getting back The Rock in this next movie. It's everything I want. I'm good. Like, I'm gonna be so happy with how this turns out.
The Rock agreed to this.
Sorry, yeah. Vin Diesel must have said sorry.
And The Rock,
I'm sorry.
He's in better shape, by the way. I think that Kevin Hart wasn't allowed to joke about it because he barely touched on it at the roast. But Rock is in good shape again, so good for him.
Back on the juice.
I hope that's all it was. I hope that he needed a reason to be off the juice, and now he's back on.
Smashing Machine, I think, was his reason. He needed to cut weight a little bit to look like Mark Coleman, and then he was like, after that, let's juice back up, baby.
Remember when The Rock said Tyrese's album was the biggest piece of dog shit he heard? Yeah, he could do the muscle suit also. He really could. They're good at that, hiding that. Yeah, you're right, Bucky. What's the last Rock hit? Oh, Jumanji should do good.
Jumanji, yeah.
Jumanji's hilarious. Nobody can't tell me, and it's not The Rock. He has funny moments. Jack Black and Kevin Hart together is the comedy duo I never knew before that movie I needed. Jack Black as that girl is hilarious. This shit is so funny. And then in the second one, Kevin Hart is the old man. Yeah, I'll be there for the third one.
The Rock's bad movies performed bad were Black Adam, even though I liked it. And he did another one. Smashing Machines didn't do too well, but he wasn't going for money. He was going for awards, and he didn't even get that. Can you be at WrestleMania 43, Dwayne? Can we get you versus Roman Reigns finally? Samoan Adam. Nah, that was a joke that Kevin Hart made. I guess we'll get into that, right? That was on the docket anyway, the Kevin Hart roast. But The Rock shows up towards the ending of it. Nobody made a Rock joke. Like, barely anybody mentioned Rock. I guess it was a secret that he would be there. And I think that's to protect his image and stuff, and people can't say certain things. Yeah. But he was the last guy to perform. Everybody got like 10 minutes. So the host, Shane Gillis, came through, and I did not enjoy much of his comment. Like,
it was funny watching him and Chelsea Handler try to like out white supremacy each other.
Thank you.
He's like, oh, you're all right. You're a white supremacist. He's like, oh, you're a Zionist. And it's like, Spider-Man meme.
There's a great skit I saw on Instagram, which I'm going to play now, from content creator Do Mode Rapper.
Kevin Hart is so tiny. How tiny was he? He's so tiny that if he were around during the slavery days, they wouldn't use a whip to tear through his black back. They'd use dental floss.
It was this.
Woo, that's comedy.
That's going to be a minty back.
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. I swear to God, I'm not faking. I'm not faking this laugh. That shit was funny.
You know, it's great that we're all here together to celebrate freedom of speech. I actually had a dream that this happened. I woke up so excited I took a shot. Guess you could call me Martin Luther King.
All right, one more, guys. One more. Where's Cheryl Underwood?
Hey, sheet, man.
I see there's a lot of black women in the audience tonight.
Cheryl killed it.
Wouldn't it be crazy if I snuck into your house and shot you while you were sleeping?
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. Breonna Taylor. Cheryl Underwood's one, like, not to get off of this topic, but I couldn't imagine, bro. I couldn't imagine letting people get up there and talk about that subject matter.
Yeah.
That's it. It felt uncomfortable at moments. Like, damn. I get nothing's off limits in a roast, and you're supposed to go as hard as you possibly can. But I don't feel like, when I listen to the roast master or Jeff Ross on any of the other roasts I've seen him on, that he's made me uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, even with Cat, I feel like the biggest thing out of that roast should have been the fact that Cat Williams and Kevin Hart were in the same room telling jokes. That should have been the biggest story. He ended up having one of the more tamed sets of the night, which is crazy because that's Cat Williams roasting Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm. He made a joke about the Diddy party. It's not that you went. It's that when we bring it up, you get quiet.
You get all quiet.
I'm like, can you cut the camera to Kevin? I want to see what he does. He just kind of laughed it off. Yeah. You know what? There was some real. Okay, so back to The Rock because he's my guy. When they said the joke about, Kevin said, like, you don't know, because Kevin went last, okay? So he was allowed to roast The Rock. You don't know that you're black also. I'm like, I wonder how Rock reacts to this, right? It's something he's heard before, right? And he just kind of laughed, chuckled at it. Like, okay. But what will Rock do about this? Because I'm of the opinion he doesn't need to do anything but resume existing. Like, I don't hound him on that topic, but it's something that is said, and I got to see him react to that. But rewind to the racism jokes and the dead jokes. I get that comedy is finding the line and then getting as close to that line, stepping over, testing it. I couldn't find myself to laugh at the racist jokes. I could for the dead jokes. After Shane Gillis said, by the way, I called Cheryl just to ask if it was okay. I think when he said it was okay, told me that he got the okay, I laughed at one of the dead husband jokes, but for the most part I didn't laugh at those.
Yeah, I couldn't find myself doing it. And then even with so to get to the gist of the racistness in Mr. Hitchcliff, the reason why you couldn't laugh at the racist jokes is because they weren't funny. Right. And so this has been my argument with Chappelle a lot. It's been my argument with a lot of comedians. It's like, sure, man, you are an entertainer. You got your First Amendment. Go crazy. Say what you want. You just can't filter or police the response. And so you want to come out here and you want to tell George Floyd jokes for whatever reason, because obviously it's funny to make humor about a man being murdered. violently on camera for the entire nation to see. But at very least, if you're going to do it, you have to be funny. And he wasn't funny. It was just off-putting. It made people uncomfortable. And that is where, as a comedian, you got to weigh the risk. Like, yeah, I'm allowed to say whatever the fuck I want to. At the same time, is me saying this in this crowd, in this event, going to get the reaction that wins me the moment? If you're just going to go out there and say racist shit for the sake of saying racist shit, there are other avenues you can get that shit off, and it'll be much more lucrative for you. But telling jokes and you want to be racist, you had better be funny. You had better be funny. He wasn't funny.
And everybody lately has been, which I agree with. Of course, I agree with freedom of speech. But it's just been thrown around with everything lately, and that's fine. But that does not then mean freedom of consequence. So you can say whatever it is. You ask Chet the Builder. You can say whatever it is you want to say, but you're not then free of consequence. And I never have found any time a George Floyd joke has been used to be funny. That was not a funny time in Black history, Black American history. That was not funny for his family. And if you remember the video, I don't know if that video is even still online. But if you remember the video when it first watched, that was a very hard video to watch.
Oh, right.
So I've never found it to be funny.
Because what is the joke? Like, what is even the joke? A cop sat on his neck for 8 minutes. Like, what is the punchline? Like, what is supposed? It'd be something different if we were making a George Floyd joke and the butt of it was Derek Chauvin. It would be one thing if we were making a George Floyd joke and the butt of the joke was the racist white people who defended Derek Chauvin. You made a joke about George Floyd and made George Floyd the joke.
Yeah. We know too much, the three of us. The system that's in power, the reason that things are there. Like, I'll always just go back to the root of the joke and go, oh, no, that's not funny. That's actually pretty evil, actually. Can't laugh at that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What did you guys think about Kevin's reaction to the George Floyd jokes?
Right. Pretty telling. Pretty disappointing.
It was giving Chris Rock sitting in a room with with Jerry Seinfeld and who was the other? Was it Gervais?
Richie Gervais and
Louis C.K. Yeah, and they all throwing around the only nigga at the table is the only one that didn't say nigga. Or Jerry Seinfeld said he didn't like to say it, but Gervais and CK was getting it off, boy, and he just let that motherfucker fly. He just let.
Was this a round table that they did?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this is old.
Yes.
I've not seen that.
Yep, Chris Rock sitting right there, just hakiki and all gums and teeth.
Well, that doesn't shock me. Chris Rock is again one of those Black when it's convenient.
And you know, I don't want to necessarily lay that all at Kevin's feet, but it was giving that type of energy. It was giving that, oh, I'll smile to protect you. Yeah,
playing the game, and yeah.
You know what I got tired of during that roast was Chelsea Handler's here. Draymond Green is here. Like the introducing the person before you make jokes on them. You can't do that when you're like an hour into the special. We already know who's here, right? Pete Davidson's here. Guess what? Pete Davidson, like, shut up, guys. Just get to the punchline. So they should have known the order that they were going to be in, so they didn't begin the jokes that way. Maybe that's for every roast. I don't watch enough of them. I saw the Tom Brady one, but I thought that was pretty lame. Draymond, did you laugh at that? You laughed at that. Come on.
What,
Draymond?
Yeah, Draymond was roasting Kevin Hart.
No. Yeah, the people who I knew had written.
I'm not asking you
jokes.
No, Marcus, we're asking Darius. about Draymond Green, doing his thing, making some jokes here and there.
I don't know. I don't find Draymond funny, especially when you come off the heels of the week that he had. I don't find Draymond funny.
Hey, somebody got at him like, you should be in the playoffs right now. Like, thanks for being here.
And I'm so sick of this. And I'm not swaying basketball, but I'm so sick of this Giannis talk. Actually, let me not even go there. So anyway, yes, I don't find Draymond funny.
They booed him every time he spoke. That's right.
He should have. He was fine when he was in the Austin Reeves of it all. Once he got up to Charles Barkley, he should have pumped the brakes. Should have pumped the brakes.
And then with that sorry ass, you guys just want to paint me as this bad guy, nigga. Then stop acting like the bad guy. We're not painting you as the bad guy.
Like,
you
nobody
act
forced
like the
this
bad guy.
situation, bro. You got in front of one of these and you just got to letting it fly. So like that's on you. You grown, bro.
He expected Kenny and Ernie to be like,
Yeah, no, ain't
Expected the
nobody about to
people-
sit around and let you disrespect
Yeah.
Sir Charles.
and like people and like all the analysts were pointing out on different shows, the various different shows and things like that, and even just regular old TikTok folks, your entire career doesn't even measure up to Charles's Houston days. And it's like, yeah, Charles is one of the greats, brother. Like, and you're up there. So anyway, I don't care for Draymond unless that clock is running and there's 48 minutes and he's got a Warriors jersey on and he's contributing. That's the only way. I'm like, let's go, Dre. Other than that,
I didn't
I'm
know his
cool on
wife was
Dre.
sisters with Kevin Hart's wife.
I didn't know that either.
I'm sorry, what?
Draymond Green's wife, Kevin Hart's wife, they're sisters.
I thought his wife was Asian.
No,
Maybe
his
his
wife is
new
black.
wife.
Dre's wife? Or
No, Kevin Hart's wife.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
got
one of his
divorced.
ex-wives.
Okay. The first one is black for sure. His ex-wife,
Yeah.
Tori Hart, is black for sure.
Dre's wife is black.
And so
Ah.
something happened in Las Vegas. That's where he cheated and got caught. I didn't know
Yeah.
that about Kevin Hart. But yeah, they got personal there.
The big cheating scandal where he got caught in the back of the car with that woman.
I would guess I wasn't paying attention. I know Kevin Hart got in a car accident. I know that. I know about the Oscars and how he had to do the apology tour and then he just like, fuck it.
This
know
was all within the same like 5 to 7 year span. He had got caught cheating very publicly in Vegas and almost lost his wife. And, then all the rest of that stuff ensued.
Yeah. I thought, the different breakdowns that people are doing over Cats was great. I thought Cat was great. Didn't go as hard as like you guys said, as I wanted him to go, but he was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will you watch another roast? So Tom Brady had that Netflix roast. Kevin Hart had a Netflix roast.
I watched Justin Bieber's. I watched Tom Brady's. I watched this one.
Bieber did one? Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, really?
This was after all that. You know how he went, spiraled for a little bit. This was after the spiral. So this was like fresh off.
Before-
So the jokes were hitting hard. Yeah.
I hope he's fine. Who do we do next? It can't be a woman, right? Like, it has got to be a male.
Why can't it be a woman?
I wouldn't, because the jokes would be the same thing over and over again. You slept with so and so. Look at you. Like, I got tired of that with Chelsea Handler.
Was that Chelsea Handler's jokes? You slept with this, you slept with that. Is that all they said about Chelsea Handler?
That's all they ever said about Chelsea Handler. They roasted her about how she's promiscuous.
Well, first of all,
Loves black men.
the roast is meant to grind you about stuff that people may know about you or public controversies. Like they're going to rub your nose and stuff.
Oh, Kim
If
Kardashian.
you're known for being promiscuous, if you known for having a bunch of celebrity relationships, that's what they're going to target.
Kim
I don't think
Kardashian.
that should stop if you're a woman.
She hasn't. No, she has never done one. No, I doubt she would.
She attended the Tom Brady one. She was in the
and
audience.
got booed, and then they've digitally removed the boos.
Oh, okay. She'll not do it then.
They booed Chelsea Handler at
No,
Tom
they
Brady's
booed
roast?
they booed Kim Kardashian.
Oh, haha.
Hey, Stephen A. Smith should be up. He'd do it too. He'd do it.
He might.
They would eviscerate him.
Is he A-list?
B plus.
Yeah. He's not Kevin Hart, Justin Bieber.
B plus.
Yeah, Stephen A. Yeah, I like the roast. It was fine. You should watch Justin's.
Yeah.
You should watch how many times he takes a sip of whatever the fuck he's drinking. It's funny.
Hey, let's move on to
Hold on, one more thing. During Tom's, what was it that he said to whoever when he was like, "Don't talk about" or whatever? Who was
his
what was that?
wife, because he got a divorce with his wife, and his wife was dating the yoga instructor, I think.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. And he like told the dude, "Don't talk."
That's my kid's mom. And I think that's legit. But like that was gonna come up, dude.
Also, for you to be like, "Oh, don't talk about her. That's my kid's mom," but to leave her home alone with the fucking yoga instructor and your kids so that you can play a fucking 21st season in football or whatever the hell it was. Maybe you should have been acting all of that huffy and puffy when it was time to quit playing.
I mean, I think if you are a couple like that has money and you are able to hire a yoga instructor to come to your home and do that with you every day, I would think, the boundary would be you need to hire a female yoga instructor. And if it's myself, hire a male yoga instructor. So that way, when I do leave, if I do leave, there ain't no downward facing dog.
Shaq would be great. Just don't invite the racist comedians. Do all the Shaq impersonators, a couple of basketball players. Yeah. Dwight Howard could come be the Cat Williams role. That'd be nice. Yeah, Shaq would be a good one. Good pick.
Shaq has a great personality, so and our sense of humor. So it'd be great. He'd be able to take it.
Charles Barkley roasts him, man. Yeah. Let's go to The Punisher. Okay, chat. Everyone who watched the Punisher special, rank it out of 10. Is it a 1? Is it a 9? We want to know. The Punisher One Last Kill debuts with 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. It's Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm sure it's good. Is it connected?
Did you watch it?
Nah. Did you?
I did.
I'm gonna give it a 6. Was it connected? Well,
Absolutely.
maybe.
I didn't feel any of the connection.
They never really define when this is or they don't make it exceedingly clear when this is happening. Like, and all God's honest truth. Maybe I'm just being dense. Maybe I need to watch it again. But if you told me that this shit happened after season 1 of The Punisher, well, maybe not season 1. Yeah, no. When did his black friend die? When did the guy die? This really could have happened after the Punisher series. Like there's nothing, or it could be happening at the same time as Daredevil Born Again. They don't do a whole lot to define exactly when this is happening.
Not watching this show. I'm sorry. Yeah. Not watching it.
Hey, and listen, one of my biggest complaints with it, even though I think the action is, people, it was very different. Marvel's never done anything like that. I think this was the action again. I said last night when I was talking about it, I think this was the action that a lot of people were wanting with appropriately for Moon Knight. Instead of punch, black out, everybody's dead when we come back. Punch, phase to a wall, even though you're punching a fictional jackal and all that kind of stuff. So, I think this was the action. I give them kudos on the action. A+. Good job on the action. As far as story, as far as time or length rather, as far as he didn't get the suit until 3 seconds. This doesn't make sense. And then
Who gave him
also
the fade? That's what I want to know. He went and changed his clothes and came back with the crispiest fade. He lined his beard up. What?
put
I
the
know he didn't
spray
do
in
that
the
to
beard.
himself. He did. He couldn't have done that to himself. The man was just carving an X into his chest over his army tattoo. So I know he doesn't have the wherewithal to then go and give himself a crispy lineup. Where did all that come from?
Is this scene real? Like the CGI here?
Curtis didn't die. So they say it's real. That looked like some AI bullshit. What they're saying is that was the
It's
stunt
just over
man.
the face, yeah.
Yeah, and they had to put Bernthal's face on it. The entire thing looks like horseshit to me.
When I first saw it, I said, "Oh, we couldn't use a stunt double." I was like, "Damn, that looks awful."
Curtis didn't die. His friend, the army guy, he didn't die. Why was he having like visions of him like he was passed?
Maybe they've, it's the MCU. Maybe they've taken certain elements from the Netflix show and made it canon. Certain elements are not.
He was hugging all up on Karen. Hey, brother, I hope that's not your ambition. She is taken and spoken for. You gonna take a blind man's girlfriend?
And something that really bothered me was the tone. I actually love the tone for Punisher, but the tone of New York. What New York is this?
Yeah, I was like, is this New York? And then like while all the riots and shit was on, I was like, so is this at the same time as like Fist crackdown with the task force and maybe shit's just getting out of hand? But then there were no direct signs that those things were linked at all. It was more so the fact that she had paid all of them goons to go get Frank. So like I was, again, I wasn't really clear on what the time frame was.
It was a chaotic New York, and I'm like, well, when we go to, obviously it's not going to be that tone and that type of New York in Spider-Man, but you got all this shit going on. You got motherfuckers throwing dogs in front of cars and stuff, and there's no, oh yeah, that happened. And the director talked about it. There's no, like, there was some violent shit happening. Old people were just getting beat up, and this is like the first 10 seconds of the, and I'm like, okay, this is a different New York. I'm like, where? I know Contract Spider-Man can't show up, but there's no other heroes. This is some violent shit happening.
There's also something that we need to address with the whole Bernthal Punisher relationship that hasn't really, I don't feel like it's turned into a bit of controversy. If they continue, I think, to allow this marriage between Bernthal and the Punisher to be as influential as he is in that right now, I do think it's going to cause them some problems. Bernthal, his understanding of the Punisher, which I think is mostly accurate, is very much so pro-authority, pro-cop.
Oh.
And so he even mentions this too when he's talking about it. He's like, this is for our, this is for our officers. This is for, those people who are support our law enforcement. And it's like, okay, not necessarily bad out of turn. But then I'm looking at the show, and as y'all are describing it, it's just absolute lawlessness going on. Nobody's coming out to stop them. There's not enough good citizens to stop the mayhem. It's like we're projecting this image of lawlessness, and the only way to deal with it is extrajudicial violence. Like, we're going to murder people in the streets. We're going to murder an entire project if we have to regain order. And so, again, this is a comic book. It's not exactly real life, but the pro-authoritarianism kind of stench on this show was very present, especially with some of the stuff y'all are getting to. They show very the innocents in the was that a bakery or the corner store or whatever. They're being accosted. They're getting robbed or whatever. Frank goes in there and saves them. He does it by slaughtering a bunch of people. But then the little girl gets up and just gleefully hops in between the fucking bodies and gets a rose to hand Frank. Like, she should be shitting herself. She should be in the corner somewhere crying. She just saw 6 men die, and not just die, but be killed very violently.
Maybe that girl has the X gene and it'll all wrap in. You'll see her again in the X-Men.
Fuck, what has she seen thus far that would make that so easy for her to just deal with? She's literally playing hopscotch over the dead bodies to go get this fake ass flower to hand to Frank.
That's a mutant.
And then she did see the news too of him being wanted, and just waved to him. Yeah,
JD Informant gives the show a 12, 5.8, 5. I loved it. 7 out of 10. It was ass.
I gave it.
It's after Netflix 4.
I saw somebody's thumbnail that said Punisher one last ass.
It wasn't ass. No, I'm not going that far. The action.
Yeah, it wasn't ass. It wasn't ass. It was just all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't get the story. Well, the story was rumored. We kind of knew that that's where they were going with that, right? Only I don't know how it happened in the comics, but as I'm listening to this lady describe her criminal family and how they went out, I'm just kind of like, yeah, but didn't they deserve it though? like didn't they deserve it? Like I get it. You know, you lost everybody, your husband, your sons, you're all alone. Vengeance will be mine. But didn't they kind of deserve it though? You know, it's one thing if Frank was, you know, he killed a quiet family, you know, somebody who didn't want anything. He went out there and he slayed the gigantes. But he had to do what he did. Not just he had to do what he did. Your family was involved with the murder of his family. So it's kind of like an eye for an eye. The fact that you are here right now tells me that you understand that. What are we talking about?
Yeah, there's more to that story. So I'm assuming that either he's getting a show or another special, because it's not how it ends.
Hey, I didn't know that this was a one and done. So as I'm watching the end of the episode, I'm like, oh, okay, well, the next episode should be pretty good. That's set up pretty well. And then I seen everybody talking about it. I was like, oh, wait, that's it? That's how it ends?
I'm surprised you didn't know. I thought we all knew. I thought it was obvious. This was a special.
I thought it was a short thing, though. Like maybe like 4 episodes. I didn't think it was going to be 1 50-minute. Why didn't this end up being like movie length?
Should we be mad at Marcus? Or are we mad at the messaging from the company? And I don't know. They made it pretty clear, bro. I'm mad at Marcus for not paying attention.
Fam, I didn't see a single trailer, anything for this show before it came out. I only heard about it because I watch a lot of streamers. I didn't see any type of promotion from this on any of the other Disney Plus shows coming out. Or I didn't see anything about it on Daredevil. I haven't seen shit for this show. It literally just popped up. So, like, I guess I missed the teaser trailer?
I guess you did. Unacceptable. Do better. Mind your own business.
Yeah, it's not one I'll revisit, but I don't revisit any of the specials. Didn't even watch the Guardians one. So...
You didn't even watch the Guardian. Like, you were tuned out and disillusioned by these TV shows even back then. Guardians was what, 2022 Christmas time? You didn't even care about that.
No. If it ain't the WandaVision trilogy, keep it off Disney Plus.
If it ain't the WandaVision trilogy.
Yeah, that's a trilogy I may not finish. Sorry.
Hey, I've heard that Vision Quest trailer that they showed was pretty good. I've heard it. Don't look at me like that. I've heard it was pretty good.
You have to relax.
I'm telling you. I'm just telling you what I heard. I heard it was pretty good. And for the people asking, because we were talking about it last night, I guess no. In the trailer, Ultron wasn't in human form. He was Ultron.
trying to see if I got a Drake dancing, but I don't. I'll go to Toronto Raptors. Arthur, $2 super chat. Drake calls out DJ Khaled for being quiet on Palestine. Was Drake
Is it 12
loud on
o'clock already?
Palestine?
The album ain't out. Maybe that's a prediction.
Oh, that's a prediction. Okay, well,
That wasn't
maybe a
on 1
song.
a.m. in wherever. He had a timestamp track that leaked yesterday. That
his
leaked.
thing to LeBron. Drake is so hurt.
At the fireplace.
The lyrics to whatever song he put about LeBron. Y'all see it?
1 a.m. in Albany. That's what it was called. That was the timestamp.
Was it called the Fighting Irish?
No.
Don't ask me about that
Called
guy.
1 a.m. in Albany.
He switches teams. I should have known you stay switching teams or whatever he said.
He shot at LeBron. He shot at Kendrick. He shot at Button, Joe Button.
You Joe Biden.
Fam, I don't want to hear you talk shit to nobody. Are you still in court? Are you still
No.
suing?
Listen, it's a 1v20. You have to understand these routes got to be took.
I'm not taking this shit no more, bro. Play the ass shaking music, or I don't want to hear it.
Man,
play the melodies, or take that shit home. You're not about to play cry bully to me. Either be a victim or be a bully. You got to pick a lane.
After not like us, but truly for me after Euphoria. He can't. I really don't argue with anybody because you didn't finish it with Kendrick.
You gave up. You said this shit was over with in Hard Part 6. You waved the white flag and then you sued. Shut up. Play the melodies or go home, Canada boy.
I want his lawsuit to get into discovery. I want it not to be dismissed. I want to see some records, some things we're not supposed to see. So I'm for Drake's lawsuit in that sense. But yeah, suing after a rap battle is stupid.
He's attempting to change the fabric of the game because he lost. I don't respect anything.
Or he wants Lucian Grange to suffer for all of this, and he does want to expose these Zionists.
Nah.
Well, if that's the outcome, whether intended or not, I'd be happy with it.
Here's a question for you. Do you believe that Drake is not a Zionist? If he's even actually ethnically Jewish, like that's still in the question for me, whether or not he is a Orthodox practicing Jewish man. But leave that neither here or there. I'll never know that, and I'll never be able to confirm it or not. I 1000% believe he's a Zionist.
I don't. I think that his lack of, like, when it was time to, it was October of 2023. He didn't participate in any of that. He's never tried to push the agenda or anything like that. And I think that he's being shunned. I think that's what's going on there. So I do think he's for Palestine.
You think he's being shunned by who?
Anyone who's in charge of anything with ties to that place.
Nah, I don't. I think if that was the case, he'd be gone. We wouldn't be looking at an Iceman. They would have buried him by now. If they had a reason for Drake to not be as popular as he is now, he wouldn't be. And without getting too conspiratorial about that, I think they have a direct line to decide whether or not he is that popular or he's not.
Oh, there you go. Drake signed he did sign this letter pushing for a ceasefire 2023.
He's dropping 3 albums at midnight.
Cool. Calling for a ceasefire doesn't make you not a Zionist. Kamala Harris called for a ceasefire.
I guess you're right in that sense, but there's enough that he hasn't done to further that Zio agenda that I don't know. Anyways, who cares? Back to where we are on the stream though. Like fuck Drake and Iceman and 3 albums.
Does he 3 albums that
So yeah, that was the news according to Josh. He had an Iceman stream where he revealed that he's going to be releasing 3 albums. I don't give a fuck how many albums you are releasing. Play the shit people want to hear or go home, Roger. I don't want to hear nothing about the beef. I don't want to hear you dissing nobody. I don't want to hear about you shooting no guns. I don't want to hear about you spinning the block. I don't want to hear about you shutting nobody's city down or none of that shit. None of it is dead. You are a law-abiding citizen and you alert the authorities when you're accosted. We don't have anything else to talk about other than Hotline Bling ass music. Play that shit or don't play nothing at all.
I didn't even like Hotline Bling, so please don't do that one.
That's all I'm listening to from him from now on. Is Kiki, do you love me? I'm not, no more mob ties. No more, none of that shit. No more 10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands. You better be making stripper music for the rest of your career or I'm turning it off. You're not a tough guy. You not. You are a litigious individual.
72 tracks is crazy.
Oh, out of 72,
I was just about to add. Well, I don't know if you were going the same way I was going. Out of 72, how many are like good, hits?
So y'all won't be covering the 72 tracks release. Oh, it's gonna be 3 albums released this weekend. Hey, bro, get the fuck on.
At midnight.
You think people about to listen? You know
one
what?
Is called Iceman. One's called what is this? Habitita.
That's not an X-Men.
In Maid of Honor.
He should have stuck with the mutant theme.
Iceman was what he played on the stream, but there's still another 2 albums. So he played the whole album on stream before it released. I think my boy is spiraling, y'all. I think he's spiraling. Why would you do that? The album releases in 40 minutes. Why would you do that?
It releases in 40 minutes, so yeah. It's like we're almost there. It's coming right out. So
okay.
Now,
so let me ask you this, Chill. If you were doing early previews for a movie, would it come out at 3 a.m. on Friday? Is that what you do it, or would you do it a day or two early, like Wednesday or Thursday?
Oh, I don't know. I think they like Michael came out on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, why
Before
would
that they used to do the midnight releases for Thursday night? Like
this
Dark
is even
Knight.
beyond midnight release. This is like at 4 a.m. Friday morning. You could be the first one to see Iceman.
We're getting close to the release. Hey, everyone what are you doing? If you're waiting to hear my album, you're that big of a fan, I'll probably stream it and present it to you, fan. Like, that's not bad.
Hey,
they're not watching Pantheon. The Drake fans are watching his stream.
Okay. For all we know, he did this to avoid getting his album covered up. Like, if you thought Kendrick was going to drop over top of Iceman a few days later, let me just flood the zone with 2 more albums so he don't even think about doing it.
I hope he does anyways. That'd be so nice.
But why? Okay, so 3 albums at once. He's not afraid of them cannibalizing each other?
Yeah.
Like, if you were going to sell 300K your first week on Iceman, what does that do to those numbers if you release 2 other albums for people to listen to?
Maybe the built-in excuse is what he's looking for, so he doesn't have to deal with the shame of Iceman sold so little. Nah, it's because they did 3 albums anyways, though. When you could just combine the album sales.
Yeah, I won't be doing that, Marte, but I will listen at some point so that I could talk about it on Sunday.
You will listen to it. So will Joe Budden. So will everyone else who hates Drake. Jokes aside, sounds like he's trying to Frank Ocean himself out of the UMG. I know what that reference means. Yes, could be that.
Maybe. I thought this was the last album under UMG though, so I'm still confused on the.
Maybe he's got another deal. He's got another contract with the Canadian company. I think he does. I think Views from the Six was one of the Canadian albums that he's due.
We can take this for what it is. It's another Drake hater along with me, but sounds like the initial listen for Iceman was a little bit underwhelming. So
back to Punisher, because this was awful. We're gonna watch it one more time.
It's like you trying to convince me that that's a real person doing that. think this is them testing the waters of AI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looked like The Last of Us video game. Looked awesome.
No one will notice. Let's just do AI. We notice. PS1 graphics.
Not the best. Not the best. But they got what they wanted from it. So
Did
people are
something
talking
happen
about it.
in Vision Land that you care about?
No, I mean, they just showed the audience a trailer.
Yeah, is there like a Disney Expo going on right now? I
I think
heard
they're called the
talking about a few
upfronts.
things.
They're
Yeah,
called the upfronts. That when they present things that they've got coming this year.
Yeah.
They got a release date for Vision, October 14. That's a ways away, but okay.
It does lead into Doomsday, so makes sense with the October.
Oh.
Now that's going to help it get some views there if it leads directly into Doomsday for sure.
Weekly release or all at once?
Weekly. I think they are very confident in this show. This is not Echo or
Wonder Man.
Yeah. I think they're confident in this one. And again, I reading the description, I didn't like it. But then hearing somebody talk, Josh was talking about it. He said he saw the trailer. I don't know how the hell he saw it, but he said he saw the trailer. And he said that he said his words, he said, as a Disney Plus Marvel hater, he's like, this might be shocking coming from my mouth. He said, but he said, they might be cooking with this one. He said, it looks good. So the visuals look great. He said, just looks really good. But I mean, outside of Agatha, this is now continuing where we left off with Vision and WandaVision, which was 6 years ago. But this is now continuing where we left off with Vision. That was the only other interesting part outside of the twins. Of WandaVision, Agatha didn't really need her own, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. But I think this is going to be interesting also. You know, his family, his android family is going to be in it. Jakasa's in it. Ultron is in it, both in human form and robot form. It's a father-son type of deal is what Bettany was on stage saying. Obviously, you know, with Ultron being the father to Vision. And Vision just trying to figure out who he is.
Speed supposed to show up in this show?
He is in it, and I believe Wiccan's going to show up too. At one point, I did believe Wanda was going to show up, but I was talking about it last night. I think it was last time we were talking, but I was like, I kind of stopped, and I was like, it kind of didn't make sense in my head when I was thinking about it. If Wanda was to show up and they're still trying to do this whole Children's Crusade botched MCU version, if they're doing that, she would make sense for her to show up. Because then they would have found her at the end of this show. And it's like, oh, okay, well then we don't need it. None of us need to be involved in Doomsday. Let's go home.
Damn, man. Even Wanda's imaginary children get more screen time than T'Challa. Like even the made up figment of her imagination gets to be birthed into the world and get more screen time than the King of Wakanda. Woo! Crimes against an IP, man. Crimes against an IP.
Yeah, sometimes I think about that and I'm just like, they really did it. They killed him and they're going to try to pass off to child and they got the Shuri thing and they've got all the substitutes and the conversation. Sometimes I just like think about that in the middle of my day and go, wow, we really have $1 billion movie franchise that they decided, enough money, that's okay. Yep. We'll just do the rest.
Turn the printer off. We don't need that stuff. We've got plenty.
We've got plenty.
Brave New World will do just fine.
He said T'Challa was a DEI cut. I'm about to go hit the head. I gotta use the bathroom.
Vision is the lead in the second show, and T'Challa gets replaced by a Haitian toddler. Toussaint is not a toddler. He's grown. That's above toddler. That's past kindergarten. He's old. He's almost old enough to hold the spear. He can fight at the waterfall any day now.
Am I way off base for thinking Miles Canton's gonna play Toussaint?
Oh yeah, he could just get his friend Coogler can just hire the guy he worked with already. Why not?
He wants to be in Marvel. He wants to be a black hero, just not. It's just not the one he said, but he can't be that other one. So Coogler can throw him a bone.
Miles Morales.
Yeah,
he should audition.
for
He could sing. He could sing, so he's got that. But
Well, Miles ain't singing to the villains.
Stop right there, Thwip. You're stuck. You don't have good luck. That's gonna be the new thing. Then they'll put it in the comic books catchphrase, just like that. Miles needs a catchphrase. He doesn't have one. I'm gonna do my own thing. I guess that's his catchphrase. Some people say canon level event. I've seen people say that and use that on TikTok. So that's stuck. But what's Miles's catchphrase?
And have one.
No.
He doesn't have one. But yeah. I seriously do. I really do think that, though. He already wants to be in Marvel.
Sure, he's gonna marry Storm, and Storm's gonna be king like Valkyrie. That's in the source material, guys. You guys didn't read the comics? Yeah, that happens just like that.
Marcus, let me ask you the same question. How far off do you think I am for believing that Miles Canton is going to play older Toussaint?
And then Damson is playing like another T'Challa, like a variant T'Challa? Or is this taking Damson out of it completely?
That's if Damson, if that's assuming T'Challa is in Secret Wars and he gets brought over. But let's say he's not playing T'Challa. He's playing Azuri that's gonna fuck off back to his universe after everything's said and done. And
then Miles Canton is T'Challa Jr. I think that would be a disservice to Miles Canton. But if
the only reason I say that is because he's already publicly stated he wants to be in Marvel, but he just wants to be Miles Morales, which he can't do that. So Coogler's gonna be like, hey, brother, I can throw you another black bone.
Another black bone is crazy. Is that within Coogler's wheelhouse? Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think it works unless you leave a T'Challa in that universe as well. Like, why wouldn't you? Okay. You didn't introduce Cassie Lang in her suit without her father. No one is looking at a Franklin Richards running around without Reed and Sue. We're not looking at give me some more younglings with some more Speed and Wiccan mean nothing to the MCU without Wanda and Vision. So why wouldn't there be a validation from T'Challa's parent? Why wouldn't there be a signal that, okay, this is a valid version? This is where we're going with this. Or we could make it the blackest thing ever and make them do it without, not even black. Let me take that back. I almost misspoke. The most stereotypical thing ever and make the black IP do it without a parent. Hell, Thor went out and adopted his enemy's fucking baby. And even now, he got somebody to pass on his legacy to. You mean the only one that ain't doing no legacy passing is the unconquered land of Wakanda? I can't even call them that anymore. They got their entire shit drowned and their queen mother murdered. Can't call them unconquered anymore. But
or the most intelligent.
Yeah,
because it never made sense.
They can't pass down a legacy, even though they've been doing it for the past 5 centuries, right? Like, okay, all right. Miss me with that.
Yeah, at least not in the MCU. You can't call them those things.
But is it possible? It's absolutely possible. Absolutely. I think Miles, so the time jump would have to be a little bit more significant. Because now you talking about from like a 7-year-old, or to all the way up to like a 20. Maybe
How
Miles
old
Canton
is
can
he?
play off like 18, 19,
He's
20.
21.
I think 18 is about as young as you're going to get with him. You're going to have hard time convincing me he's 16, 15 years old. So he's got to be young adult age, which means we got to make a massive time jump.
How
No, it
tall?
doesn't. It doesn't mean you have to make a time jump. You can make time only pass for a Toussaint, but not everyone else.
See, that tells me if that's what we're going, that this thing is so convoluted that it could only fail. If you're telling me that we're going to find a way to age up only one person out of the universe and everybody else stays the same, and oh, by the way, we got weird ass grandpa variant Damson Idris T'Challa over here, by the way. Now it's all of that. Don't do homework. It's too complicated for the normie shit.
Yeah. It's the hyperbolic vibranium time chamber. It's in the mountains. They'll find it and boom.
Yeah, and we just didn't use that on T'Challa for reasons because plot. I think if they do it, it'll be a result of whatever time jump we've already taken in between the last Black Panther and Doomsday. That'll be the aging up of him. So if they can make that work for Miles Canton, cool.
Maybe they'll do Interstellar. They'll be next to somewhere with a black hole where lots of years pass. Yeah. Gravity will warp time. That's how they'll do it.
You could try to make this shit work however you want to. if Toussaint is the only person aged out of everyone else in his universe, it happened because of plot. It will not make sense, and we will be stretching our disbelief to make it make sense.
That's how important it is to ensure the greatest Black character in the history of ever can't continue being on screen and must be replaced, and we dilute the word T'Challa by making multiple characters called T'Challa. Is this white supremacy thing goes deep. It's crazy. Kevin Feige is just allowing it. The age up doesn't make any sense because then you either age up his family or he's close to his mom in age, which is dumb. All because you didn't want to postpone the movie to recast. Listen, if you're concerned about the aging up making sense, this is science fiction. They'll make it make sense. There will be the heart-shaped herb. There's going to be the blue herb. And when you take that, it makes you older. They'll find a reason to make it make sense.
The fuck is this, Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. There'll be a mushroom in
What kind of shit
Wakanda.
is that? What in the Through the Looking Glass are we talking about here? Why so convoluted? We don't have to age him up beyond his years. And even if we did, he's not the most viable character. There's only one way this thing is successful going forward. Anything else is a failure. Anything else is a failure. It will continue to slide below what you made the last time. If you run it back out there with some heavily plot assisted storyline with the character that nobody is clamoring for. Like, keep telling me about how it was written into Wakanda Forever and they got to finish that storyline. Nobody's looking for that. They're looking for that the same way that they're searching for who the random buyer was in Ant-Man 2 that was looking for the pin particle. Nobody's searching for it anymore. That was a storyline too, and it's yet to be followed up on because nobody gives a shit.
Kevin Feige's watching the stream right now going, oh yeah, okay. Brad, solve that in the next special you got. Go.
Like, let's stop cramming down what we want to show the audience and maybe find out what they want to see.
Some audience members are accepting of the T'Challa. Don't forget that.
Sure.
I don't know. He's got a kind of big head.
Who you talking about?
Miles Canton.
Are you talking about his attitude or he literally has a big head?
Oh, no. Like he lit the size of it.
JD McDonough?
It's round.
Hey, JD McDonough's head is ridiculous. Sometimes I think somebody transplanted it onto a new body.
Well, I'm clipping you saying that.
No, please don't. Pause.
Pause. It took him a second. That was funny. I don't see Canton as Morales either. Whoever Miles Morales is in preschool right now. Like, they're not gonna do that character for a while.
Because Amy Pascal. Why would you be pumping your brakes on Miles? Like, oh, we're gonna do it right. Doing it right means get him in the live action before DC gets Static Shock.
Ooh, that's the race.
That's
how
the
you
race.
feel. You know what? You got to tell Kevin Feige that James Gunn cares about Static.
And he's gonna say, okay.
Or before Marvel pulls their head out of their ass and reboot the Black Panther franchise with an adult T'Challa, and both of those characters end up being little brother figures. Before somebody figures it out that a black male, alpha male character in one of these franchises is going to sell and going to sell mightily well, why not be the first? You know? Why not be the first? Why not lead the brigade and wave the flag as the one who saw it, the one who had the forward vision?
Because it's the same complaints that we have with DC. And Sony obviously still has not learned. It's like you have the keys, you can do what you want, but you want to do like that. How they said, okay, we're not gonna do villains because we learned our lesson. That wasn't great. So instead, now this is a little bit a better idea, but still, instead, we're just gonna do variants of Peter Parker. And then Now, granted, it's just like that's not again, that's better than the villains because it's still Spider-Man, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, why don't you just do Peter? And if I get because Peter's in the MCU, if you don't want to do that, then do Miles. Because that's the next most interesting one. You want to make money? I don't know that Ben Reilly is about to rake in money for you in viewership with Spider Noir. But you know what would? A live action Miles Morales series. Or not series, movie.
Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman. She's another hero
that no one's checking for. But they're going to do that, I'm sure.
They might have something with a Spider-Gwen movie.
Didn't they cancel their Silk film?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jessica Drew's higher profile than Silk is.
And isn't Madam Web more high profile than both of them?
I put Spider-Woman above Madam Web.
You're right, I would too. So it's terrible. That
Spider
did
Noir, that's one. So maybe this will reveal if there's an audience for alternate Peter Parker.
We'll see. Because they did get asked the question, is Peter Parker in it? And they said no.
Why do they tell people that? Like, bro, just let them find out in the I don't know. Maybe this is a Spider-Man content. Like,
what a weird world we live in. There's so much superhero content to that's put out, but me, the continuity guy, I'm not being served
at all.
We live in a weird time where it's like people these creators now want to do the franchise, but not do the main character. Like, I know in the new Scooby-Doo Netflix show, Scooby's in it, but you didn't put him on the poster. And that really bugged me. It's just those damn kids. And Mystery Inc. is not interesting without Scooby. We wouldn't have watched. I'm like, why? They put his paw like, ooh, it's Scooby-Doo. Like, yes, we know. Yes. I know he's there. God, that's so fucking annoying. That's so fucking annoying. I know he's there. Of course, it's Scooby-Doo. Just put him on the fucking poster.
Hey, breaking this news just in. Mercedes Cosca Reeves was seen at the red carpet for The Mandalorian and Grogu. She might have a little cameo and scene.
Who is this?
She was a Mandalorian character.
Oh, she was that girl that fought with
Boba.
Mercedes Monet.
You remember the tornado DDT? Did you know the DDT stands for Damien's Dinner Time? Yeah. What? Jake the Snake Roberts invented it when he was trying to do a suplex, but he botched it. But driving someone's head to the mat looked good. So she did a tornado DDT where she ran up the wall with one of her feet and then put him through the table.
What the fuck? That happened in the Book of Boba Fett?
Hey, Boba.
The season 2 finale.
and it was Boba, or that was Mando season 2.
Chill knows wrestling. Sure do. Love it.
Sasha Banks.
CEO. So she's in this. The red carpet took part today. There was even a moment where we saw Grogu and he was on the red carpet and they were like using him in a very cool way. Here it is. Amazing.
Say something.
He's waving. Like,
Why can't you do words?
yeah, I thought it was cool.
Ooh, Bianca Belair or Mercedes? I'd have to go Bianca. Not by much, though. Not by much.
Okay. Premiere was today. Interviews have happened.
Here for what? Grogu Mando?
Yeah.
When is that? Friday? Next Friday?
Yeah, we're a week away.
Interesting. How much do you think this movie makes? Right now, they said it's tracking not quite Solo, but close.
Oh, Solo, the Star Wars story?
Mhm.
What was that, 430?
Yeah,
I think
made
it does
like
more than
400
that.
million.
I always said it would do more than 500. It would do 500. Today, I'm feeling more than 500. I'll go to 6. Oh, 300 million tops as abundance. What was the budget, though? 150?
I don't remember.
It wasn't much.
Because that will tell how much they're going to put into marketing.
Oh,
It
they've
sits
been-
closer to 145 million.
Yeah, I could easily see this thing raking in about $400 million. I could see it doing exactly what Solo did.
Do you feel like it's the same amount of energy towards Mando Grogu as Solo? I don't.
I think actually people were pretty excited about Solo before it came out. First of all, it was a Han Solo movie. You had Emilia Clarke in it in the height of the Game of Thrones era. I think at first you had Childish Gambino playing Lando Calrissian. Like there was some legitimate excitement around it to start with. The film had a horrible word of mouth. It had absolute terrible word of mouth.
Well, it was
it good?
absolutely terrible. It's not as bad. I don't think it's as bad as like some people drag it to be, but it's not good.
I anticipate this movie will be good. And look, he's already a proven character. Like people do like Mandalorian and Grogu.
You know, Han was voted the most popular character in Star Wars.
Shout out to Han Solo.
I don't think
More
He was
popular
voted.
than Luke.
he was by who?
He was. I
What was
don't know.
the-
Let me see. Let me find that. I just saw that a few days ago.
That's
Yeah, what website had the poll, or was it even before websites? Like that's hard to believe. Like, is this like one of those Family Feuds? Who is the most handsome? Survey says, and then the number one answer was Han Solo.
Well, I don't remember. Let me see. I'm trying to find it because when I saw it, I said, "How is he more popular than Vader?" But because I don't think if Han showed up in Maul, it would have been the same reaction.
Or Aya Sakura. Ayla Sakura, the Twi'lek, the blue one.
Ayla Secura. Ayla.
Ayla.
Yeah. Mando Grogu. I don't know. I really don't know what the movie does. I still don't know what it's about. I think it's just really,
It's about Stinky.
I think it's really just going to be a side quest.
Cameos.
I
Got to do the cameos.
mean, but what cameos are you doing that like are gonna be like that are like who's
Luke.
here?
Boba.
Luke is the big one, but we've done it before.
Luke's not showing up in Mando Grogu.
Luke and Boba.
Boba Fett could be a cameo appearance, right? Who else we got in this era?
Ahsoka.
Thrawn, Ahsoka could show up. That would be a cool cameo. There we go. If they do one of those, I'll say that's a cameo. They kept that hidden.
So, with Ahsoka, you know, so I watched Josh's stream this morning because his thumbnail was crazy and it was like, oh, Dave's big plan. You know, he doesn't talk about Star Wars much because he's checked out. So he says that he talked to his good Star Wars source and told him. So you remember that a few weeks ago, last week or whenever, we saw that Geeks and Gamers deal where they were saying that the sequel trilogy is going to get retconned or whatever.
We did see that. Huh?
So not necessarily that. It's not so much getting retconned, but I guess there was a meeting at Lucasfilm last week with the heads over at Disney, so the new president and X, Y, and Z. And I guess within that meeting, they were talking about what they want to do and Dave's plan and X, Y, and Z. And I guess that is why Ahsoka has been delayed. One, because they are changing things, fixing things, doing some more VF work, blah, blah, blah. And they are still doing the crossover movie is what his source told him, but it's being fixed and changed to add more of, I guess, the Skywalkers. I guess Leia, Luke. So it's still supposed to be that heir. Thrawn is still the big bad. It's still that heir to the Empire deal that he was going to do that he's still or I guess he's still doing that heir to the Empire deal. Blah blah blah. But it's, I guess, also Josh said it's now that he said this was part of speculation on his part. He said his source did not tell him this. He said his speculation. I do believe this. I believe it because of Maul. Maul is also Dave's way of showing and putting in Dave's work where he was promised before he signed in 2015, and they said, "Psych! Now we're going to create a whole different character, whole new universe, and blah blah blah, and it's going to suck ass." They promised George to do his story, to, you know, and George's story was with Maul and Talon and blah 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 blah. So even though the sequel trilogy is blocking him from being able to do that, because he's not just gonna, and I'm gonna get, this is what Josh's speculation is. Now the Maul part is my speculation, but my speculation is just that he put Maul in there he's doing that because that's what George wanted, and now that he has control, he's able to put things in that George wanted in Star Wars that he never got when he signed over to Disney, blah, blah, blah. So Josh's speculation is that he's heard, he said that although whispers out there saying that they're not talking about Mara Jade, he's heard from his source, he said that, and he believes his source over blah, 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 that they are talking Mara Jade.
Mara Jade in season 2 of Ahsoka?
I don't know about season 2 of Ahsoka, but they were trying to get Mara Jade in here because they want to establish real Skywalkers, that Rey is not the last Skywalker and she is not.
Did you see that atrocious quote that she gave?
Yes, I did.
Why she called herself Rey Skywalker at the end of the movie?
Did.
Oh my God. No, like, y'all can go find it if you want to. I'm not even going to repeat it. But what she did not say was because he wanted me to. Because he told me to. Because he gave me permission.
I had to continue to the fight and finish what he started, to stop Palpatine from rising again, and to proudly wear my master's name while doing so in honor of his life and his sacrifice. Luke Skywalker may be gone from this plane, just like all the Jedi who came before him, but he will live forever, because in the end, I am all the Jedi, and maybe we all are. When she said my master, I thought she was talking about Leia, because she spent way more years with her training than the 4 days with Luke.
I didn't like that last part. I am all the Jedi. Maybe
I am all the Jedi. What? Who told you that? Did somebody say that to you?
What do you mean? Maybe we all are. No, we're not just handing out Jedis like you get one and you get one. Look under your chair. You have the Force.
Namesakes. We're not handing that out either. You are a Palpatine. You are Rey Palpatine.
What is like? Okay, lineage-wise, she's not a Skywalker, yes, and she's a Palpatine lineage-wise. But if she wants to, like, okay, I don't want to wear that name, let's not call her Rey Palpatine. Let's call her Rey. We'll still call her Rey. Rey from Jakku.
Just Ray.
You are Ray Sidious. Go by your name.
Just Ray. Or just go away. But yeah, so Dave may be trying to fix some things. I don't really know what that means for the sequel trilogy or whatever.
Yeah, because he's still doing the thing with Simon Kinberg. 10, 11, 12 is supposed to be getting done. She'll show up in those, right? Like, for continuity's sake, doesn't she have to be in 10, 11, 12?
Oh, she's if we are to believe what we have heard, she is at the end of Starfighter. She is what they are trying to get to.
Yeah, but that movie's already been shot, and that's for the Kathleen Kennedy era. That's like, we can't do nothing there unless they do another delay, just like they're doing with Ahsoka, and that'd be crazy.
Well, they were
But I
already
like
talking about they were changing something about it. That was the first part of this whole rumor train, was that they were changing something about the ending of Starfighter.
Damn, we really have to wait a full year to see the fruits of that, and a full year for early 2027 to watch Ahsoka to see the fruits.
It's just gonna be her coming out of some damn hut, looking like all the Jedi, and
What color lightsaber?
It's all the colors. And
I'm every Jedi.
she's gonna be like, finally, I felt you guys coming to me. I was wondering if you'd find it, but you found me. Let's begin his training. And then
his training. No, she has the ancient Jedi text, so she can like return to the manual all the and she can be useful. She can. I don't think she's scrapped like worst character ever. Like, I think that
I don't know, man.
I don't want to look, and I don't want to see her. I'd love if we just ignore. I'd love if she puts the lightsaber into the dirt. We don't have to visit her or Finn or any of the anything sequels. I would love that. But she's also, you can find a way, to use her. I wouldn't though. I wouldn't want to.
Just make her like Kahadi Mundi, and she can just be back there. She can just talk when they need her to say wisdom-filled things.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
I think Ahsoka is right there, and she can fulfill whatever you want. Because Ahsoka is a Togruta. They live really long. In the time that Rey is alive and doing her thing in those movies, Ahsoka can still be alive in her 80s.
Rey grew up on Jakku, so she got sand in her lungs. She gonna die early.
Yeah.
She can take it out early.
I will say that the breadcrumbs around all of this seem to certainly suggest that Dave is trying to maybe not clean house, but reorganize around a new narrative.
Yeah.
How successful will he be on that track? And then also, how does this run in unison with what we've been hearing earlier about Mandu and Grogu being the measuring stick by which Dave's future projects get measured? Like, did he do this preemptively as to not allow the performance of Mandu and Grogu to determine where he goes forward? Was that bullshit all along? There's a lot to read into that, thinking what we were thinking before, which is, all right, well, if Mando Grogu doesn't come along, then this shit is canceled anyways, and he gets ahead of it and just axes it to rework it anyways before the movie even comes out. So it's kind of interesting to think about. I think, though, ultimately, Mando and Grogu can't be the determining factor because it's not the driving force of the narrative. The two driving forces of the narrative are Rey and Ahsoka. Right? Rey, because she's already established. Ahsoka, because that's what they're trying to get to, is an Ahsoka-driven arc.
Filoni.
So, I don't think, like y'all said, we won't know until one of them ends up on the screen.
What a great time.
Sorry, Josh's source did say something that I didn't understand, and he definitely didn't elaborate on it. He was just too busy saying how that's so cool, and I didn't like it. Something about Anakin coming back to life, and I said, excuse me?
Coming back to life.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me. He was like, oh yeah, we don't know what form, like what type of form he's gonna be in, with him. I'm like, brother, stop. I don't like that. I do not. Now I don't know and he could have gotten it mixed up coming back. I don't know. I like just him as the Force Ghost right now, tagging along, popping up every now and then. That's fine with me. Him having a physical form and back.
Because why would you stop there? Why wouldn't we bring back Leia? Why wouldn't we bring back
because Vader
Qui-Gon? Why wouldn't we
Vader
bring
had
back
the
Obi-Wan?
means to clone himself. Leia didn't clone herself. She wouldn't want to. Her morals would not allow it.
So they're going to bring back a clone?
Yeah.
No, they better not do shit. Just leave Anakin alone. You got him back as the Force goes. He's presumably the father. Stop there.
I'll take a clone.
I won't.
Vader makes one
God,
clone. No. It's in a test tube.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm already afraid the World Between Worlds might get used as like, Marvel's type shit. King's time travel. No.
They need that now more than ever. Because
That's right. That's what I mean. They need it. If those 3 movies didn't happen, maybe I'd be with you. But anything for the future of Star Wars, I'll take it.
It's their only chance of spinning that shit off. It makes it so that they don't have to completely murder it or ignore it. Well, no, it is ignoring it. They would apt to just ignore it rather than going through the painstaking trouble of retconning it. And in that way, it serves all interests. Dave, I don't think wants to continue down the Rey path, but it also doesn't undo Kathleen's work. It just freezes it in stasis where you left it. It literally halts it right where you left it. And so I don't have to destroy it. I don't have to discredit it. I don't even really have to make it leave. It can stay right where you left it forever.
Well, the movie's coming out next week, and the internet people, content creators, are getting word that things are going to change for the better. Perfect timing. It's intentional. Another W for the messaging coming out of Dave Filoni's Star Wars. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I noticed something that he's killing it with his messaging and getting on top of controlling internet narratives.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Right now, not too bad. We'll see. Got to get past Mando Grogu. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. No super chats. What's next? Michael Jackson, 600 million.
Whoa!
600 million. Set 611 million now. Domestically, 253 million. Internationally, 358 million. When does it open in
Korea?
Goes back to IMAX this weekend.
I was about to say, and we getting a re-release on IMAX?
They're doing the 4-hour re-release?
Oh, no, they're taking Mortal Kombat's place.
Sounds like Mortal Kombat isn't performing all that well. So.
I feel so sorry for Mortal Kombat fans, but whatever, bro. Street Fighter's out here. Video game movies are doing well enough.
Well, back to Michael. So 600 million in under a month. Woo-wee! We about to beat the brakes off of Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm so glad I stood where I was sitting. And I was like, you know what? I smell $1.1 billion. Because here it comes, folks. Because here it comes. Set to become the highest grossing biopic of all time. Who's surprised? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Who's surprised?
Bohemian Rhapsody with $911 million. It already surpassed. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, put us up on a. Oh, no. Now that we're back. Raise your hands if you were surprised. Anyone surprised?
Surprised of what?
Chill, this is your time to raise your hand.
Surprised of what?
This is your time to raise. Just raise your hand.
Surprised of what?
That it's doing this well?
I am surprised it's doing this well. I'm pleased.
Yeah. That's what I said. Raise your hand.
Oh, it released in South Korea yesterday.
There we go. Korea gave what 50 million to Bohemian. You would expect that it does the same. I expected Korea to show up regardless. Maybe not. Like I knew China wouldn't show up, but Korea they're gonna show up. Numbers more than 30 million, unlike China.
Then it releases in Japan on the 12th.
Does Japan have a Mandalorian and Grogu release next week?
I'm not sure. But these Michael numbers are crazy for those that didn't know Michael. But
I'm surprised with how well it did internationally. I knew wasn't going to do Bohemian, but the percentages are pretty good. He's barrier breaking, like you said, Darius. Doing a great job. Even if it doesn't cross the billion, this is amazing stuff, chipping away at standards like Wakanda Forever's international, Black Panther 1's international splits, Brave New World splits, just any black movie in general. What the Bad Boys were able to do. This is like, what was it? 55% international? And that's only going to get larger considering Japan and Korea.
Oh, we crossing that, Billy.
Right there, 58%.
We crossing that, Billy.
I hope it does, but even if it doesn't, there's a victory to be had here.
We got at least 500 million more. At least.
Yeah, it's because last Thursday when we talked, it was at 443 million, I believe. Yeah, it's doing great. And not only that, it's the stuff outside the theaters as well. I mean, he's top of the charts, top streaming. It's a Michael resurgence. And the only thing that I said I've really hated is I just, when he died, the tabloids were still wacko jacko before he died. If only this reception could have been given to Mike, you could have seen this.
Is Oppenheimer a biopic?
It is. They do. They have it in the category of biopic.
They say Passion of the Christ is a biopic too.
Well, Passion of the Christ is about Jesus.
Oppenheimer is about
about more than Oppenheimer. It's about more than Oppenheimer. Like if we were just telling a story about the doctor, but without the bomb, I don't think anybody would be showing up. It's the circumstances. It's Nagasaki, Hiroshima. It's all of that.
Arthur, you change that number every week because last week, or it may not have been last week, it may have been when I was streaming on Monday. I think you said 8 something. First you said 725, and as you can see, it's creeping up on that 7. So you got scared and moved it to 8, and now today it's 9:15.
Yeah, I was about to say, wasn't it 7:15 before or something like that? You done came up $200 million.
If you said a number and you've been standing 10 toes down in the lack of ability of Michael Jackson, I want you to stay there. Don't move your goalpost. Don't switch it up and say a different number. I want you to stay at that number you said. No.
My man said about 9:15. It's gonna come up about 75 million short.
He said I adjusted to new information. You don't get to adjust to new information. I'm sorry, you adjusted because you found out who Michael was. Nah.
Hey, 715 to just barely missing a Billy is quite an adjustment. It's quite an adjustment.
Chill real quiet too. I'm very glad this movie is succeeding. I hope it continues a low decline week to week. I want Michael Jackson to gross all the money in the world that it can make, and it's gonna get a sequel. And this was a success, and this is great stuff. An all-black cast with scenes where Michael is speaking to the executive like, "I'm proud, I'm black, I want to be on MTV. Hey, I'm gonna use my leverage now to get this."
I love you. I love you, and I love that you keep bringing that scene up every time that you talk about Michael. But the only person that was shocked by that scene, I think, was you. That is who Michael was. We all know that.
I'm not trying to tell you that I'm shocked that Michael Jackson was pro-black.
I know
I'm trying to say that it's
you're saying
important.
it's important for other countries to see, but other countries, Michael Jackson was a real person. It's not a fictional character. He actually lived. This is who he was in real life. So we already knew that about Mike.
And I'm
This
glad that a
this
movie
is
like
new
this,
information to you.
I'm glad that a movie like this is being seen. It's not new information to me that Michael Jackson stood on business.
Well, it's new information to you that he's a billion-dollar biopic.
I
More
hope
than likely
I
about
hope
to be
so.
a billion-dollar
I would
biopic.
love for it to be $1 billion, but even if it's 999, I'm still going to say this is a great outing.
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad you're saying that, and that's fine that you're saying that it's a great outing. But however, we are not going to skip over, and I'm not saying I'm not going to even go hard yet because it hasn't hit that billion. However, that's fine, Jill, that you keep now saying that it's even if you said it then, that I want it, it's great, I want it to do good, whatever. You still are missing. I think it's going over your head, or you're fundamentally just blocking because you don't want to face it. You doubted Michael. That's all that's what I keep
doubted
going
the
to.
film. I doubted the film.
No, not just the film. You doubted Michael.
Okay.
Fuck the film. You doubted Michael. Every time we talked about it, and we talked about Michael's international star power, Michael's just overall global star power, you doubted Michael. So that's great that today you are now saying it's great. I want to do good. I want people to see that Michael and Scene saying these things and representing Black folks. That's great. But you doubted Michael. Don't move the goalpost and cheer for that's great. Cheer for the film, but you still doubted Michael. And by doubting Michael, you doubted that billion.
I consistently gave Michael all the flowers.
Did I not just say you gave him flowers, but you still doubted Michael?
I'm gonna tell you what I doubted. I looked at box office patterns of international audiences coming through for Black movies. I looked at Jafar Jackson, who was not Michael Jackson.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, well, that's what I did do.
Rami Malek is not Freddie Mercury. Rami Malek is not Freddie Mercury. So how do you equate that? I mean, I don't understand.
All right, hey, when this is all said and done, and it has more money than what Bohemian Rhapsody performed internationally, then we get to go, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, skip what you just said. Let's go back to what you said originally. You said Jafar is not Michael. Rami Malek is not Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Yeah, Rami Malek is not Freddie Mercury.
You realize when we do these biopics, we're doing them over dead folks. Okay, so let's go to Straight Outta Compton. They are not. That wasn't Easy.
You're right. But that movie had a poor international performance compared to something like Bohemian. If you look at the splits there, you'll see.
Yeah, the international audience, whatever. But still, the people went to see those movies based on these actors playing them or whatever, because these biopics are not, you're not going to get obviously the real person in them because they're dead. So they know they're going to see Jafar. They know it's not Michael. But that's not stopping people from going to see a biopic. So
lots of people are seeing this biopic, and even if it does make $1 billion or not, guys, this is already a success and it's already a win. It is already
that is not the point. We understand that.
Yeah,
we know it's a success. We know that.
What am I saying incorrectly right now? Because I love Michael Jackson.
We get that.
No.
All right.
I only took exception with that last part. Is that we can get off of it now because it's already crossed the finish line and it's done well. We were very clear about the
billion
we thought the finish line was, especially me. I was explicitly clear about where I thought this film was going to end. I put a very direct number on it. So no, we're not there, especially since there were so many people who felt like it may have a run that extended past 500 million, 600 million, but never gave it the stamp of this film is making $1 billion.
You're right.
Right. So we're going to ride that all the way into that finish line.
I'm a ride. I'm going to say, yeah, let's do it. All $1 billion, all aboard. I hope they do the 4 hour cut that Neil Long is looking for. I'd want to see that again. I'd go back.
That's still not it though. We are all in agreement and glad that you, I guess, are saying that you hope that the film does good and Michael crosses, that Michael breaks the barriers and this and that. but I want you to address you doubting Michael.
Okay, because I didn't doubt Michael. I doubted
Chill.
foreign audiences, Jafar Jackson.
That is doubting him though. By you doubting foreign audience, you are doubting his star power. You are doubting his ability to draw in a crowd, which is something he always did. So I'm trying to ask you again, it's not you doubted the billion. By doubting the billion, you doubted Michael. And we had conversations about it where you would take it to the splits and take it international. I stayed on what I have been on. I have been on the billion. I have been on this. I've been on the billion. I've been on you doubting Michael.
Is the billion the hill you will die on?
Oh yeah, because I know who Michael Jackson is. I mean, have you not been watching the 3 weeks or under a month it's been in theaters and what he's been doing?
Can we table all of these conversations until the billion happens?
Yeah, that's why I said I'm really not going that hard on it then. But every time you keep saying, oh, it's doing good, I want you to remember, even though you're saying that, this was not your tone 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, you kept doubting Michael Jackson. You might be happy that it's doing good now, and that's great. I'm glad. You might be understanding and happy that other countries get to see Michael say things pro-black, and that's good. However, your goalpost was that you doubted him by doubting that billion. Okay. But by you saying you doubted the international audience. I'm just trying to
not interrupt you. I could, but I wanted you to finish your statement.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
That I consistently rooted for the movie. Even 3 weeks ago, before the movie had come out, I would say things like, I want to be wrong about this. I do want the movie to succeed. There's no goalpost moving at all. If you interpret me doubting Michael Jackson as doubting the movie, therefore I doubted the human being who was born in the 60s and died in 2009, like that human being, if you think I doubted him, if that's how you interpret that, I accept your opinion on that. I disagree with it, but I understand what you mean.
It's not how I interpret it. It's what you said. You said that he won't do these numbers internationally. You said internationally, I don't see him doing those numbers. You died on that hill.
Darius, it didn't perform the way Bohemian did internationally.
But Chillmonger, my thing, as I keep telling you, from day one, when we first brought this up, you were the only one talking about splits and international. I said $1 billion. You still doubted that, but you doubted that as well.
You're right. Let's get to the
billion. So you doubted the $1 billion. And again, by doubting the billion, you're doubting Michael Jackson. And not only doubting Michael Jackson, you said the international audience won't show up or whatever. That's again doubting his star power.
All right. And when it hits $1 billion, then the doubt was unwarranted.
Chill. That's cool. When it hits $1 billion. The point I'm making though is you keep saying I want you to sit in what you were sitting in 3 weeks ago, because you now keep saying, if it does good, it's doing good. I want it to, and I know you did. I know you did say that. You've always said that, but you still, in saying that, you were still doubting Michael, saying it's not going to hit $1 billion. Michael's da 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 da. So I don't want you to now just be like, oh yeah, Michael. I want you to sit in that doubt that you sat in before you started seeing the train do what it's doing.
I hear you. Even if I disagree with your assessment of what I was saying was doubting Michael, I hear what you're trying to say, even though I disagree. Thank you for your opinion, Darius. And
you can disagree, that's fine, but I just don't want you to play this game of Michael Jackson when that wasn't your game a few weeks ago. It just wasn't.
Man in the mirror.
So how many times did you get to see it?
Man in the mirror.
I've seen it 3 times.
Come on. Man in the
Marcus,
mirror.
You got to see it, right? Not yet? No.
You just haven't seen it yet.
It's been a very busy few weeks, guys.
That's okay.
You know what happens.
It's going back to IMAX for you, so you can check it out.
I want to try and see it on the X screen at Marcus Regal.
Screen X with the thing on the wall?
It's dope. I saw Mario Galaxy there. It's awesome.
I think for the animated movie you could do more, but with a live action
Definitely.
movie.
I expected for this move, for the Michael movie, to be on more of the like the performances, like when he's in the arena. I feel like that shit is going to feel like you're actually in a concert. So that's what I want to do.
Yeah, definitely the concert feel.
Just leave me alone.
Darius goes Super Saiyan when it comes to Michael.
I do,
Darius
brother.
goes Super Saiyan
I
on a
do.
weekly basis. It could be Michael, it could be Arthur, it could be
No, but Michael is one of the topics where I will physically, I might put hands on you if we were in person. Like I do
I'm
not.
glad we're not in person.
I do not play about
It's on
Mike.
site?
Like I don't play about Mike. I just don't. I don't play about Mike. I don't know the man. Never met the man. I would take a bullet.
Man,
I don't play about Mike. I just don't. Man, I don't play about Mike so much. One time I posted a Facebook stats about him. I told in the Facebook stats, I put parentheses at the end. No funny comments. Somebody came up funny comments, cussed him out, blah, 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 ended the friendship. I don't play about Mike. I don't play about Mike.
if this is how he act about Mike, I can only imagine how he get about Nikki.
Not no more.
Don't you disrespect the Hiragoshubari.
Habajuku.
Oh, my bad. The Habajuku Barbie.
Yeah, man.
What's the news on the sequel? I mean, it's hard to say. Do they got to write a script? Because, I mean, they're just going to retell his life. But should they pace it to where there will be a third film also? Because like, people want it badly. When do they film the sequel?
I think they've already got a lot of the footage. Like I'm sure we'll see the Grammys stuff that we didn't see. That they've got pictures and footage of that was in the trailers, wasn't it? They've already got some of the Bad tour done and filmed. Seen some of the behind the scenes stuff of him from the Dangerous era.
Because they did like a 4-year time jump, right? To Bad at the very end. Right? Was it a 4-year jump at the last song?
I forget where he was before Bad.
Victory tour
happened before. Oh yeah, the Victory tour. So that would have been, when was Live Aid? 1983. And when was the Victory tour?
84.
What year was that?
4?
No, because Live Aid was 1983, wasn't it?
Victory tour, Michael Jackson. It ended December 9, 84. Fake Michael fan. My internet is just the same as yours.
No, I was looking up Live Aid. I wasn't looking up that.
Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, when he was performing in London, it was in 88. So the question is, did they have footage in between the Victory tour and Bad, the performance at the ending? And they just like took it all out? Like, what was going on there?
He was working on Live Aid was 85. Was it? Anyway, he's working on Bad, or he's working on the album. That's why I said was it, because Michael was supposed to be at Live Aid. But the reason he wasn't was because he was working on Bad. But if that's right, 1985. Anyway, working on the album should have been. That's what it would have been. Been locked up in his home studio working on that album.
Thank you, Mike. July 13th, 1985. They got to show Captain EO. What's Captain EO?
It's a movie. I think there's a lot they're not going to show, though. I really doubt we even get Captain EO. There's a lot in this era we didn't get, so
man, please don't prime me for this.
Maybe you can play the first song. It'll put you right to bed.
Iceman was gonna be a chore enough. 3 albums in a weekend. Like, fam, who do you think you are? 72 tracks? Who are you, Chris Brown?
That didn't go so good for him.
Who do you think you are?
Who has it worked well for that have many songs released all at once? Right?
Maybe Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was like 20 tracks. It was like 20 something tracks.
Okay.
But that's a long ass time ago though. That was like 2010.
Yeah, and Kanye was on fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, hasn't really been a success to go 70 songs, but it is what it is. That's Aubrey Graham for you, the Iceman, the streamer, the dreamer, the Degrassi, former childhood actor, and that is all I will ever see him as. I'm chill and I'm out. Go subscribe. I got short form content that I need to edit, but I got lots of it. And the Dakota Incident is a comic book that you guys should be picking up from your shops right about now. A lot of shops haven't sold out. People are pre-ordering. Subscribe.
It's not good from what I hear. I haven't listened to it. Heard one song. It's not him. That one song just not him. He's trying to be something he's not. Maybe he's trying something new.
He on tour with Usher, y'all. He's good. Let him go through his ups and downs.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, I won't be live tomorrow. We know that. You guys know on Friday, but I'll be live on Monday. Back Monday to talk more stuff.
You guys can catch me on Sunday at 4:30. As always, I'll be there.
Yeah, he's got hits. He's Chris Brown.
Oh boy, a Drake dance album. Now see, that's what I want to hear. That's what we showed up for. We ain't show up for the tough shit. Play that ass shaking music. Come on, where's Sexy Red at? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
I'm over her.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
All right, dog.